Clobberin time!
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger. Ready to move out.
Everyone having bad technical difficulties, my friends. So sorry about that. We'll try to have a normal start now.
Clobberin time! Clobberonimo!
Come get some.
It's clobberin time! Clobberonimo!
Well, Clobberonimo indeed. Clobberers. My apologies for the mixed up, taking so long and then having a weird opening there. Screwing up out the gate like that. My apologies. Just having some technical issues and some problemos and all kind of other craziness that well, frankly, annoying though they aren't that interesting. But thank you anyway for being here tonight. Welcome everybody. Clobberers, Clobberonimos, Clobberoids, Clobberuskis, and Clobberians, and Clobologists, and Cloboniers, and any other club out there. And if you do not yet club, eventually you may someday learn how to bang the rocks together, guys. So, here we are. March. First show of March for Monday night. Mark C. Comics Talk here on Clobberin Times, issue number 451. That is, of course, 1,451 overall. 451 is just the YouTube number. I've been doing this for 1,441 shows. By the end of this month, it'll be 15 years that I've been doing this. And I know we got some few friends out here already that have showed up, and it's good to see you, buddies. And again, my apologies for the late start. I'm just always screwing up somehow, it seems like. Tech problems and all kind of other ones. But anyway, we are here. And we're going to have an open talk tonight. It'll be comics, of course, because it's while we roll. It's Monday Night March Comics Talk. It'll be comics related for sure, but it'll just be basic. We can talk about anything you guys want to talk about. Before that, however, let me do my shout-outs and shout-outs, shall we? First of all, let's see here. I had a great time tonight, as always, with the great J-Man on his extraordinary channel. He and Sean doing our usual our Legion of Superheroes review. It's always a great time over there, and I just appreciate the great J-Man for that. So there's that. What else? Oh well, this is a preliminary announcement. Let's see. Preliminary indeed. Oh well. I'll make a better banner for this later. Anyway, so tomorrow night, folks. Tomorrow night, my great friends and for my members of the channel, for you channel members, at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, I will be having a member stream. That's right. Those of you who are members may come in, and of course, you can just hang in the chat if you'd like, or you're more than welcome, and I hope and encouraged, and I hope you will come on with me. And this StreamYard thing holds about 10 of us, so 9 of you at a time can come on, hang out, and hang with the club. Probably just do an hour and a half just to hang out, talking and with you guys, and get a chance to bounce back and forth with you for real instead of just talking to you through the chat there. And so again, that is Tuesday night, 8:30, Central Standard Time. And then of course, before that, of course, I will definitely be on with the great Tom Connors and the Midnights After Dark gang on at 6 Central, obviously, and then of course on 6 Central again on Thursday nights with him. I think Loki may be having a comic book roundtable on Wednesday night at 7 Central. If he does, I'll be there with him. And then of course back here 9 p.m. Central Standard Time for Wildcard Wednesday night. Oddly enough, on Wednesday. So there we go. And the courthouse will be back in session as always with number one, my wonderful first officer and the great chief engineer, Mark D with a C, and with Blake 7 reviews and episode and more and much more. Then there's Friday night continuing on Fearless Friday nights. We got a few more to go to finish up Frank Miller's seminal run on the great Daredevil, the great Daredevil series that he did in the early 80s. Having a lot of fun with Jay and Sean on J-Man's channel doing that. Great stuff. And by the way, once we're done with that, which is a few more weeks, I'm announcing it now. This is just like a little preliminary thing. We're going to start reviewing the Fantastic Four from issue number 1 to issue 102, the Kirby run. And I'll get a better pick of that eventually, but it's going to be on J-Man's channel, the usual time. That'll be on Friday nights. After we get done with Frank Miller, it's going to be Jack Kirby's 102 issues plus 6 annuals run of the Fantastic Four, starting, of course, at issue number 1. J-Man and Sean and I are going to review it. Going to take some doing to do that review. And we'll do 4 issues a week. We can handle it. So we know what we're doing. And so I'm looking forward to that. But of course, then on Friday night, of course, I should be hanging out with the great 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser on his Friday night comic book shop show with the Friday night comic shop boys, talking some comics. I don't know what yet, but comics will be talked for sure. And then, of course, Saturday night Star Trek. As always, same Trek time, same Clobberin channel, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time on Saturday night. My wonderful, beautiful first officer number 1, Raquel Briggs, will join me, as always, to review 4 more episodes of Star Trek Voyager Season 5. And those are the episodes. There will be The Disease, Course, Oblivion, The Fight, and Juggernaut, in which no doubt the crew of the Voyager will fight alongside the X-Men against the Juggernaut. That will be quite a crossover. That will be, right? Okay. So, and then we will top it off as we always do, as we did last night. End your week as a geek on Sunday Night Geekery, 10 p.m. Eastern, on the great Mark D with a C's channel. The chief engineer hosts a live little program where we get together and just geek out about various things and stuff and geek it out. We have some friends join us when we can, and friends pop in, and it's a good time, fun, frolic, and frivolity for all. And a little even eatery sneaks in there sometimes, that naughty boy. So there's all that going on. And now, hey, my dear friends, some shout outs. Because we just how we roll up in here. We shout out you, my dear friends. Start up the week right. The great, and whether they're here or not, to get the shout out, of course, the wrenches, the great David K, Bronze Wrencher. Hey, Chris, I see you here, buddy. The great Chris Persia, Vindicator, Wrench of the Great White North. Hey, man, thank you for all you do. Appreciate you, buddy. And I think he's here as well. D-Bud. The great D-Bud Martin. Yes, he is. Hey, D-Bud. Sometimes I don't get a chance to look at the chat. Sorry, but good to see you there, brother. The Wrench of Iron. We need to talk some iron soon, I hope. The great Lord Thoth, God of the wrenches, Avon lives. Long live the Legion, my friend. Shout out to Lady Thoth. J-Man, the wrench without fear. And, of course, fellow Legionnaire extraordinaire, Mighty's daddy, Thor in Vegas. Stephen, Cal-L Buddy, the Super Wrench. Fanty Outsidery, the rascally wrench himself. Our own Music Meister, Maximum Redstone. And, of course, Triple Bullwinkle the Great, Larry. And now let's see who's in the chat. I'll be back to chat up and see who's here with us tonight. FKH. Hey, Tim. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Legion of Comics. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Thank you for popping in. Penny. Hey, Penny. Hello. Penny. Good to see you. Dave C. Wagner. What's up, buddy? Wagner. Claude Selling. Hello, my friend. Good to see you. Joe Dog. What's up, buddy? Matthew Pounder. All right, my friend. Good to see you. Hey, what's up, Doc Fortune? Good to see you, man. Let's see. That's all for the moment. Anyone else who pops in, of course, will be shouted out accordingly. So, yeah, let's see a little bit more about that. Oh, that's a good. I'm sorry, I forgot. Yeah. Shout out, of course, by the way, this past Saturday night, speaking of friends like Mark, the great Mark C., dear departed friends, we have a couple of dear departed friends around here. The great Mark C., of course, who this comic book talk show on Monday nights will forever be named after, my dear friend, whom we miss very much. But also our good buddy, Cardinal Sin or Gil Bavel. You could go either one. Had this past Saturday night would have been his birthday. We lost him last year, of course, unfortunately. So, just seem to be losing sometimes. We all lose sometimes, and yeah. GB or CS works either way. Thank you so much for the great Cardinal Sin and Gil Bavel I miss him. Miss him very much. JD Lewis. What's up, buddy? And let me know if the great Mark C were here. He'd be wanting to talk some comics of some sort, and we would certainly be doing it whenever he could. He was always very generous with his time when he could be, and he would come in and hang with me. And he loves comics as much as we all do, and love to talk comics. Comics fans are amongst the most passionate of geek. I mean, I guess you could say that a lot of geek things. So, but yeah. Oh, look, I got my Legion thing up there. I left it up there because we were talking some Legion. What? Let's go. We'll say we're traditional right now. So, yeah, let's see. I'll do this. Is anybody, whatever it is, no judgment here, of course. What are you all reading right now? That's something that's always of interest to me. Full disclosure, I hardly read it, hardly if any, read any new stuff. I know about D-Buds, and I don't think Phantom reads any new stuff either. But you still, either way, whether you're reading new stuff, old stuff, a combination of both. What are something is there anything you've been reading or starting to read right now? Like I said, as you all know, on J-Man's channel, we're reviewing all of Legion of Superheroes. We're going to read all through 58 through 89. We're going to do the whole Silver and Bronze Age. I've done like 35 or 36 episodes, whatever it is, he said. And we've got a long way to go. And let's see. Patty says, Carterson was the only YouTuber I ever knew who kept getting unsubbed from his own channel, although most forget to check. Wow, that's weird. Let's see, have I subbed to my own channel? I don't think I can sub to my own channel. I've never noticed. It doesn't even give me the option to sub to my own channel when I go on there. But you know what it does do? It gives me the option to join as a member. I can join as a member. Hey, Jack's mama. Oh, good to see you, my dear. I want to thank you all again for remembering Mark C. She says, this Sunday, March 10, it makes 3 years since he passed. That's right. He's so greatly missed. He is. Jack's mama, love to see you there. Love you, dear. And yes, he is. Like I said, we think about him all. I think about him all the time. The show will always honor him. And I very often, still to this day, I know it's been, I can't believe it's 3 years, but in a way, it's funny. Back when it was a year, it felt like it yesterday. Now it feels so long ago in a sense, because he's been, because when you start missing somebody, it actually starts to feel longer in some ways. But either way, still, whenever I'm here, a lot of times just talking random comics or what have you, a lot of times I'll think, I'll wonder what he would think of this, or I'll go, yeah, I know, or I'd think to myself, oh, I know what he would think of this, So he'll never be forgotten around here, that's for sure. And I know he will never be forgotten by his family. And I hope, Jack's mama, that you are doing well, and I hope Jack is doing well. Give him our best. I hope the whole family is doing well. Best wishes from Clobberin Times and all of us here who miss the great Mark C, as he has always been called here and always will be. Adrian James, hey there, good to see you, buddy. Let's see. Matthew Pounder said you've been reading Bill Matlow's Hulk. There you go. All right. I read it for a while. I mean, way back when it came out, of course. Now, obviously, like I was saying, as you all know, I'm J-Man and Sean and I were reviewing Legion of Superheroes from 1958 to 1989. We're only up till we got 30-something shows out of what we do 3 issues a week, and we're every 3 weeks, of course, and we're only up to like 1969. So we're not even to the regular series yet. We're still we're just about to be out of the adventure comic stories into the action backups before, until we get to Superboy starring the Legion, which we are ways away from that yet. Putin's cat. What's up, dude? So we it's good, but that, and of course there's our Daredevil run, a Miller that we're doing. But other than those two, which of course I'm reading, I get you 69. That's an important number. All right. You proud or something of the numbers? You said you heard 69. Well, I said it a couple times just there, so there you go. Speaking of Matlow, I have been reading Rom and 2 spectacular Spider-Man masterworks of his work. Says Gwagnar. All right, Gwag. Ironhide, what's up, buddy? So, yeah, 69. You heard it. I mean, wow, is it really that funny? I mean, 1969 was what I was referring to, but sure, whatever. Yeah. All right, Bill and Ted. So, let's see here. Wow. Let's see. So, other than what I'm reviewing, I also like to pick other stuff that I'm not necessarily reviewing, just reading for the hell of it. And I've just started. Because we've been enjoying Jim Shooter's. Hey, Wes Cagle, good to see you. Born in 69. Wow, I'm old. But at least you're in my generation, Wes. There you go. Brian Hepburn, what's up, buddy? Welcome, Brian Hepburn. So I decided, because we've been enjoying Jim Shooter's early Legion run, his Legion stuff. I've just decided, since it's been eons, decades, since I've gone back and looked at and read, and I never read them like all in a row, Jim Shooter's run on Avengers. So today I've decided to start. I'm going to go ahead and not his second run. That was to go and start his first run on Avengers, which is very popular. Shogun episode 3 in 90 minutes, says Putin's Cat. I did not know you were a fan on Putin's Cat, so there you go. Our local comic shop has Marvel Masterworks on sale for 50% off. That's not bad at all. So I've been picking up a few of them. Nice. Well, that's excellent there, man. Love some Marvel Masterworks. Gwag, way to go, bud. Nice stuff. So yeah, I've decided since it's been forever and they're brand new to me, they'll come off as brand new. I'm gonna read Shooter's Avengers run, which was one of my favorite times. Fair enough, Putin's Cut. If it's entertaining, I keep watching. That's a sound policy. I understand. I've not seen that, but I understand it just came out. And I don't know what service it's on, but that's right. Lewis says, I know I'm in the minority, but I enjoyed Win Mortimer on the Legion, but Kurt Swan was the best. Yeah, see, we are in the... Hey, JT Kurt, what's up, bro? Hulu, thanks, Putin. For those who don't know, Hulu show is on FX channel. Okay. The new Shogun. So, JD, I don't know if you know it, but on our reviews of our Legion reviews right now, we're smack dab in the middle of the Win Mortimer issues. You know, I don't mind Win that much. Right now we're on the ones inked by Jack Abel. You know, and Jack Abel is a pretty pungent inker, overpowering inker, really. I prefer the Swan, but you can't get everything you prefer, right? JT says, Clobberin Times, keeping in the spirit of the movies, are there any good Dune comics you'd recommend? Hey, Ravenscroft, good to see you. The only Doom comic I ever had, and I don't even know if I have it anymore, JT Kirk, but I will say, because I don't know if they've based any other comics, they may have that I'm not really sure. But in 1985, when the David Lynch Dune film came out, there was, of course, a Marvel Super Special with art by Bill Sienkiewicz, which I bought that because of the art mainly, I got to admit. Ironhide said, Mortimer was probably the numero uno DC cover artist of the 40s. True. Early 50s Batman, Superman. Yeah, he was a big name. And I don't mind this Legion, but of course, I think I obviously prefer Kurt Swan. 84, sorry. 1701, Tex. What's up, brother? 84. So that JT Kirk, there may have been some other Doom comics, don't get me wrong, but that's the only one that stands out that comes to the top of my head right now. And yeah, I went to the theater to watch the 84 version. Why was I thinking 85? You know why I was thinking 85? Because I actually pulled it up the other day to look for something, and they mistakenly said 85. And I don't trust my memory anymore. You got to understand something. I'm worse than a victim of a Jedi mind meld, because if I say, I went to see Star Trek 3 in 1984, well, you're not going to shake my memory on that. Or Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Because I saw those movies hundreds of zillions of times just in 84 alone at the theater. But if it's a movie that I saw once and wasn't all that big about it, I saw it once. Hey, Picasso, good to see you, Picasso. And then I watch it. I mean, I like it one time at the theater and don't really think much of it that often. And then 40 years later, like now, or 30-something years later, you mention it. And I say, yeah, back in 1984. And you say, it was 85. Even if it really was 84, and I only saw it the one time, I'm going to go, oh, okay, was it? Okay, there you go. 85 then. And yeah, so I screwed up. 84 it is. Cool. I remember that text. I mean, I remember, or I remember her anyway. But I did go see the David Lynch version once. It has. I've seen the new ones, the number Doom 1, and as those that don't know, I don't know if all of you know, but I did get dragged to see Doom 2 yesterday. What do I mean by dragged, right? All right. Well, I'll just tell you this. It's not a comics topic, but we're going to stick with comics, but just because everybody out there with a YouTube channel is talking about the Dune movies There's no need really to talk about him here. But what happened to me was I've not read the books. I've nothing against it. I have every respect for fans of the books, or and I know a lot of friends who love the books. I have other friends who said they tried to read them and they couldn't get into them. I hear you, JT Kirk. It took a lot. So what happened was the first movie, and a lot of my dear friends and colleagues on YouTube have streamed a lot about it. They all liked it, but I never bothered to watch it. Again, not for any snobbery. I just wasn't not really into it. Hey, Alaric Harrison, good to see you. So I wasn't going to watch it, but a dear friend of mine that I haven't seen, I don't get to see but once. I hadn't seen him in a long time, other than we'll go to lunch once in a while, who still works with my son. For some reason, he wanted us to go see Dune 2 at the theater with him. We go to lunch sometimes. We've never gone to a movie with him that I remember, and I was like, well, so my son asked me. My son said, did you see the first one? And I said, no. I just never bothered. I mean, I saw the David Lynch one. That's about it. I never saw the Sci-Fi Channel series either. Again, nothing against him. God bless him. Hey, whatever, man. I just never bothered, and I never intended to watch the first one. But he said, "Do you want to go with him?" And I couldn't say no. I said, "Oh, yeah, go." But I haven't seen the first one. He said, the first one's okay. You want to watch? And so obviously Saturday we sat down and watched the first one here at home. First Dune. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, it didn't do anything for me. I didn't hate it, but I was not particularly enthralled. I got a lot of reasons why, but I won't go into that. We're talking comics tonight. However, that couldn't go watch the second without at least seeing the first one and know what's going on, so I did. And then yesterday we went to see it at the IMAX, the second film, which is out now, doing very well. Pretty big crowd for 11:30 on a Sunday morning where I live. Let me tell you, not packed, but a lot of people. Compared to all these crappy Marvel movies and shit I've been going to see recently with two people in each showing, no matter what time it was. Let me tell you that. So anyway, but that's anecdotal. It's doing very well, though. I personally didn't really care much for it, either film. And I have a lot of reasons for it, but everyone seems to be really loving these things. They're over the moon about them, and I think that's fine. That's great. I mean, although some fans of the books aren't happy with what they did. And let me tell you something. Since I don't have a dog in the race, I've had what I call assassination by adaptation, as a term I'm coining right now. I've used it before, I think, maybe. Assassination by adaptation has happened to me many times. In other words, things that I love have been adapted and turned into crap many times. Go away. What's up, Finity? Good to see you. Enjoyed talking with you last night. And then, Go Away says if you read the books, you probably hate the movie. That seems to be a bit of a pattern. Wes Cagle, yep, buddy. So, without going too far into the movie, because everybody's talking about it, why should I? I mean, I did see it, but I'm no authority on Dune. I just know I didn't really like it that much. I didn't like the films. D-Bud says, I'm one of those that tried to read Dune and couldn't get into it. Only read about a third of the book, so I gave up. So, yeah, you probably didn't want to watch the movie either then. Wagner says, I have read all Frank Herbert Dune books, but won't bother with the Brian Herbert ones. Okay. What about the movies, Gwag? Bruce Lombardo, what's up, buddy? He said, salute to you, sir. Yep. Salute to the great Mark C. Absolutely. We do miss the great Mark C. And this, as Jax Momo just told us earlier, this Saturday, I guess this week on the 10th, whatever date that is, will mark 3 years that he left us. And it's just, we will definitely, next week, I think next Monday night, we'll have a bit of a memoriam again like we'd like to do. So. In fact, I will declare it now. Let's see. The 10th is and I did it last year as well. So the 10th is a Sunday night. But next Monday on the 11th, when I'm here for his Monday night, we'll definitely pay tribute to him for sure. Oh, we pay tribute to him by honoring him, of course, but we'll talk about him and just tell some stories and whatever, and, celebrate him and mourn and continue to mourn and be sad for him. So JT Kirk says Jurassic Park and Jaws are pretty different from the books. Yes, they are. I think you mean are pretty different from the books. You could love the books and the movies. Sometimes I don't get it. It's not the book purist. Well, see, I do get them. I see, JT, personally, I see what you're saying. And by the way, I think that there's nuance to it. There's sometimes I like the book and the movie, even if they're different, or the comic and the movie, even their differences. I like them both. So I do see what you're saying. But I can, I guess I can, I'm just not going to judge the people who want to see what they read on the big screen and they don't get it. If they don't look, let me tell you like this. Let's say I read the book of something and see the movie and I like both and I don't mind the changes. That's happened to me. Not much. Then I think that's perfectly fine. But I also respect someone who reads the book, sees the movie, and they're not happy with it. They're not going to accept it. I think that should be okay too. And just let them have their standards. Let them have what they want. And if they, I will say this, if you're expecting Hollywood to get your book right that you love or your comic book, I just say don't hold your breath is all. I mean, don't be shocked. So don't expect Hollywood to get something that you love right. Because remember, this is always the case. Something that we love or cherish is always in the hands of people that don't give a shit about it. I'm sorry. Even in a good adaptation, and by the way, it's not impossible for an adaptation to be better. Look, I've read. It's true that the Peter Benchley book comes before Jaws by Slaw, but I'm sorry, the Benchley book's not that good, and the Jaws is a masterpiece movie. I wasn't all that crazy about the Jurassic Park book, to be honest. I don't love the movie. Isn't like a masterpiece or anything like Jaws, but Jurassic Park is a more fun movie. But that doesn't invalidate the book because the book still came first. L.A. Confidential is one of my favorite movies. The book, there's no way they were going to film that. But the books, quite frankly, the book is rough to read for a lot of reasons. The author of the book actually liked what the guys who did the movie did, even though it was very different. So, yeah, I don't think there's been one comic book character that's been adapted purely for me. So I always have to settle for close. The spirit of, that sort of thing, if you know what I'm coming from. Alaric Harrison says, the new movie is really awful. It was almost impossible for me to watch. You were right, Clobberin. Assassination by Adaptation, Dune 2. Alaric Harrison, I found it to be tedious and unremarkable, quite dull, and it just say what you want about the Lynch movie. It's batshit crazy, but it has character, and I don't mean characters because I don't think the characterization in the new movie is very good. But it has character in the sense it has. You wouldn't mistake it for anything else. It's distinctive. It's weird. It kind of weird. It grabs you in a crazy way. It's distinctive. How about that? But hey, it's visual. I found nothing compelling in this new movie or the first one. It's too long. And I've talked about this often. When it comes to a movie or comic book, novel, whatever, TV show, you have to this is a personal thing, because this Danny Villeneuve went on record in some interview talking about how he doesn't think dialogue's important. Now, I don't know. I'm not going to speculate on the context of that because I just heard about that and I'm like, there's got to be more to that. Could anyone really say something quite like that? But anyway, so I won't condemn him, but I'll just say this. Dialogue is important. Dialogue builds your characters, the way you write the dialogue, the way you write the characters. But the point is, I have to fall in love with the characters for me to give a damn about any movie. Because remember, Dune and Dune Part 1, Dune Part 2 are not books. Congo Kids Club. The book exists, but the TV show, or the movies, or anything like that, whatever there is, has going to be different. So there's certain things you have to do with a movie. You could take your time with a book. Or you could take chapters upon chapters of building your characters. Yes, Matthew, the script comes first. In a movie or a TV show, you only have so much time to establish your character, so dialogue is even more crucial. Building your world and building your characters, you got to do both. Now, people who've read the books can go in and watch those things and they know what they're looking at. But you're trying to grab an audience to come off the street and watch your movie that hasn't read your books, or some of them haven't, and to go out and they enjoy it so much to go out and tell other people to watch it. So in order for that to happen, you're going to have to catch people with your characters. There are no compelling characters in this for me in terms of what I see on the screen. Now, I'm not making a judgment about the books. I will say that your main character, Timothée Chalamet, does not come off as a hero type to me. I don't buy him in that role. I don't find him compelling. And Zendaya is even worse. Other actors in the film, like Javier Bardem and was it Josh Brolin and some others, are really good. Even that idiot Jason Momoa was good in the first one. But your two leads, and it's just they're staggeringly uninteresting and bland to me. Yeah, she ain't no Sean Young. See, Kyle MacLachlan looked like a young hero type. He was young, yes, but he looked like a guy I can believe becoming this big, hero type, not superhero, hero type, a leading man type of looking guy. This wafy, I don't want wimpy looking dude named Timothée Chalamet, maybe a nice kid and all that stuff. I don't buy him I don't buy him as a badass hero running around fighting, winning all these fights and stuff with swords, everything. I don't buy him when I'm watching it. I just don't. I mean, he's maybe a fine actor. He's no action star. Yeah. He's just not a leading man type. And Zendaya, Dave Rayburn. What's up, cuz? Yeah. So, anyway, didn't buy into him. Let's just take, and again, if you don't, please stick with me on this and don't think I'm comparing it to Star Wars, but I'm just comparing it to a popular movie that is a sci-fi fantasy adventure. In Star Wars, you open up with great spectacular scene with the Star Destroyers firing upon the planet. You get a scene where you meet the robots, you see a big shootout, you see Princess Leia. You go down on the planet, you see some of the sandy planet, you're introduced to that. You like the robots. So already you like the robots. You're intrigued by Princess Leia. You're scared and compelled by the presence of Darth Vader and what he does. You're excited by the shootout and the action. You get down to the planet. There's a bit more of a quiet moment, but you're on the planet with these two robots. Now you like the robots. Let's just take yourself back to 1977. Now you like the robots. This movie's colorful. It's interesting. They're not doing much at first, but the robots are still interesting. You're getting into them. And then they meet Luke and his Uncle Owen. And then this very colorful, crazy looking place. Yes, it's a desert, but it's still, there's all kind of really interesting things going on. You like Luke because you're a young person watching this movie probably in 1977. And he's young like you, but he's old enough. And you get into Luke right away because you want to, in his adventure. And pretty soon he meets Obi-Wan Kenobi, and you can't believe this he's great too. You go back to the Death Star, you get to see the villainy of the Governor Tarkin and Darth Vader. Then you get to see Han Solo and Chewie, and you see the Cantina bar. It's throwing a myriad of images at you, but also characters, and they're all cool. And you're just getting wrapped up into this thing. And it's the perfect pacing, especially the way it was edited by Marcia Lucas, as we now know how much she really did for the film. It's building up. By the time we are heading towards the Death Star, man, you are in that ship. And you're in that crew. And you're rooting for them, man. You want them to win. And you're a rebel fighting the Empire. You're getting wrapped up in it. And you're sold. And why? Because those characters, you just love them. You just love them. When you turn on any episode of the original Star Trek, the first ones, let's just put them in prod order, and they don't show you the cage, but they show you where no man has gone before. Right away, you start to like Kirk and Spock, and even Gary Mitchell. And as time goes on, you start to like you get McCoy joins and Kirk, Spock, McCoy dynamic. Those fundamentally that great triumvirate of characters, and you're already mixed up in their fascinating stories. And what sells you got these characters plus great imaginative stories filled with amazing ideas. You're in, you sucked into it, you love it because these characters get you there. But the characters are first. If the characters were lifeless and dull, who gives a shit about the story? And you're bored. You weren't bored with Star Wars, even though for the first 40 minutes they're not even doing anything other than the droids are just walking around the big sand dune. But you like the droids. You like this. You're getting to see R2-D2. Who doesn't like him? And the way the droids bicker, you don't even get to hear you don't even get to understand what R2 says, but you do in a way. And you like him. And you're caught up in the thing. This movie, both of these movies, now again, the book may be way different and better. I don't give a crap about Paul Atreides. And maybe I'm speaking just for me. I don't know. Maybe none of you agree. I don't know. But when I watch something and if you get me caught up in your characters, you got me. And you, Phantom Outsiders, sir, can go to Tashi. You can waste time with your friends when your chores are done. Get your power converters. Yeah. So. What about his mother? What a smoke. Yeah. Oh, his mother's hot. I guess. Yeah, sure. All right. Tex, brother. Thank you, buddy. But it's comics night, folks. So I got away from it a little bit. Sorry. Comics. What comics are you reading? Anybody reading any comics out there? This is Monday Night Mark C. Comics Talk. Someone already said they're reading Bill Mantlo's Hulk, some ROM. I'm reading Jim Shooter. I'm starting Jim Shooter's Avengers run. I'm going to see how that works out. Let's see. Last month, of course, was Superman month. We reviewed a lot of Superman comics. Ravenscroft. Are they still printing comics? I don't know. Are they? There are plenty of them that already exist, buddy. Brian Hepburn said, I'm going to see Dune tomorrow afternoon. It is what it is. That's fair enough. Brian, I hope you like it. Look, let me tell you something, Brian. Most people are really liking it. So, you know, if you were a fan of the first movie, You'll probably like it. I mean, you'll probably be fine. One would think. So yeah, it's cool, man. You'll probably be all right. And I, of course, got me some. Man, when did I get me some new? The new issue of Back Issue Comics. Well, the latest one, anyway. Wes Cagle says, had to move recently and found my box of old comics. That's a lot of comics S's there. That's how strong you feel about it. You got all those S's going on there. Well, I got my. Oh, I got it. I mean, I got this in the mail, and I got this in the mail the other day. The new issue of Back Issue Magazine, which I never miss for tomorrow's publications. Never miss it. Let's see. Oh, the cat stepped on the keyboard. That's okay. I hear you, Brian. Look, Brian. Look, I hope you like the movie, man. Let me tell you something. Like I said, I'm of most people I've seen have enjoyed the movie, and it's doing very well. It's like I said, it's doing some. I think it's going to do very well. Hey, Sean, what's up, brother? So this issue of Back Issue Magazine, my favorite mag that I never miss, 80s Indies Heroes, featuring Chuck Dixon, Stephen Grant, Rich Larson, Scott McCloud, Williamizer Loebs, Doug Mensch, Ron Randall, Doug Rice, Don Simpson, Mark Verheiden, Chris Warner, and more. So, anybody bought any of these comics in the 80s? Man, look at these. But of course, we have this. It took them a while to get around to this because there's our. Hey, the time scales. Good to see you. Welcome. There's another. This was their tribute to the late great John Romita Sr. that we lost last year. Well, greetings to you. Time scales. Good to see you. Yeah, man, that's a bummer right there. We lost one of the greats last year, John Romita Jr. Senior. I only kept saying him Junior all the time. Ravenscroft, Mark Verheiden. Yeah, he wrote The American. Yeah, amongst other things. So, yeah. 1930 to 1923, the great John Romita Sr. I was lucky enough to meet him once and got his autograph on one of my Spider-Man Fireside trade paperback reprint, for which I was extremely grateful for him to do that for me. A buddy of mine, who was a comic artist at the time, got him to got it for me, and I got to meet him for a minute. So yeah, that's it. I mean, very nice man. Anybody read Megaton Man? I didn't buy this too much, but Don Simpson's something else. He's a pretty good dude. Crazy. Yeah. Dynamo Joe. I got to admit, I bought a lot of the independent comics of the 80s, but not all of them. Aztec Ace, I got to admit, I didn't buy much of that one. A good art by Tom Yates, though. See, I was sort of into Dark Horse for a while back then. Concrete, Dark Horse Presents, Mark, the Mark, the American. Yeah, I bought Concrete for a while, and Dark Horse Presents Ravenscroft. I think I bought a few other books, and the American I bought. Mark Verheiden was a cool dude. I didn't buy this one too much. There you go, the American Mark Verheiden. It was an interesting comic. There was just so much stuff coming out. Hey, Darth. Good to see you. Welcome. There you go, Concrete, the American, Trekker. Now, this is one. I wonder if any of you bought Zot. Did anybody else buy Zot? Probably not. So obscure, I guess, now. Although that was Eclipse. Nobody but Zot, I bet. Anybody here bought? Going once, going twice. Oh, man. You ain't kidding, Gwag. I can't wait for the next issue of Back Issue. Next issue of Back Issue is be good. It's Batman of the 70s. Oh, my goodness, man. I cannot wait. That's coming out in a couple of weeks, right? Yeah. I loved Zot. The first, 11 issues of it, so it took forever to come out. But it was a fun, crazy fun comic, I thought, back then, It was weird now. It was off the wall. But I enjoyed it. Decepticon, I don't know. Sean, I don't know. In Dark Horse Presents, maybe. There could have been. He had his own series. I can't remember if there were any in Dark Horse Presents or not. The American is a great example of a comic that dealt with politics, but not in a lecturing or biased way. The focus was on character. Yep. Today they would ruin it. Good, absolutely, Ravenscroft. That's a good point. Kurt Busiek interview. Wow, there you go. Yeah, but Zot was an interesting book. Let's see. Yeah, there was trying to think. Trying to find some of my other stuff issues there. Issue 148, though. That's the one I was looking for. Not every issue is full of stuff that I really care much for. Like so that last issue, there was some okay, interesting stuff in it, but there's always something interesting in Back Issue. But issue 150, I can't wait, Gwag. That's going to be fantastic, man. I did buy Boris the Bear. I sure did. How did you know that, D-Bud? Did you buy it? I bought every issue of that, I think, or close to it, probably. I love Boris the Bear, especially the early issues. It got kind of crazy. It got a little nutty after a while now. Let's see. The new retro fan has an article from Mark D. Girder and panel building sets. Oh, cool. He'd probably like Brick Journal. One indie I liked was Grips and Grips Adventures. Okay. Yep, I did buy it. I didn't buy Boris, but I looked at a few issues. Yeah, it was a fun comic. It was ridiculous, but I loved it. I liked the first early issues. I should say I liked the early issues. It got kind of repetitive after a while, though, D-Bud. I think. But so this issue here, DC Superstars of Space. Adam Strange in the Bronze Age, plus Adam Strange by Bruning and Kubert. From Beyond the Unknown, Fabulous World of Krypton, Mongol Villain History, and the Omega Men. So, now this is pretty cool. Some more memorials here. We should always pay reverence to them here because it's comics history, and these guys slaved away in comics, and they should always have our respect and appreciation. Joe Giella. Joe Giella worked he lived from 1928 to 1923. Illustrator, inker, and loving family man Joe Giella died March 21, 2023 at age 94. A School of Industrial Art graduate, Giella's career in comics began in the mid 1940s. During the Silver and Bronze Ages, he was a DC Comics mainstay, particularly under editor Julius Schwartz, often inking the work of Carmen Infantino, The Flash, Green Lantern, Adam Strange in Mystery in Space, Batman the Detective Comics, and Dick Dillon, Justice League of America, World's Finest. In the 1970s, his byline occasionally appeared in Marvel publications. A U.S. Navy veteran, Giella also illustrated comic strips, including Batman and Mary Worth. And the thing a lot of people don't know about Joe Giella, folks, he used to do a lot of ghost work, shall we say. He used to, for example, there were these lithographs, these very big time, very expensive paintings, lithographs that were ostensibly by Bob Kane of Batman. That Bob Kane, after the Batman TV show came out, Bob Kane sold them for a fortune. Joe Giella did most of the work on those damn things, and Kane paid him a little bit for it, of course. And if you ever see those things out there, and I've seen pictures of them, it was all because of the pop craze of Batman in 1966 and stuff. But it was Joe Giella doing the work on those things. Bob Kane couldn't paint like that. Bob Kane was a shitty artist. Let's just be honest. And it was Joe Giella did a lot of other stuff for Kane as well. But those things, brought in a fortune because he was able to, it's just at the time, he was able to parlay that with the Batman TV show success. Just a little tidbit about Joe Giella, who was also one of the finest of the inkers and artists, especially inkers at DC there was. Unsung, great inker. And Steve Skates, who was, of course, from 1943 to 1923. Did a lot of comics back then, of course, in the 60s. He wrote Kid Cold Outlaw, Two Gun Kid. He wrote for Tower, Thunder Agents, love him. Undersea Agent. He was a frequent contributor to Charlton Comics, adept at horror, The Many Ghosts of Dr. Graves, Adventures, Hercules, and licensed properties, Abbott Costello. When Charlton editor Dick, and he also wrote a lot of Aquaman, by the way. When Charlton editor Dick D'Argento jumped to DC in the late 1960s, he brought along Skates to revolutionize Aquaman and Teen Titans. Skates is fondly remembered for his humor comics, including stories for Plop, Plastic Man, Underdog, and Peter Porker, the Spectacular Spider-Man. They left out Hawk and Dove with Ditko. Oh, well. Keely Chow, roll that tide, buddy. Yeah, Matthew, they left out, and he used to argue, I think he used to have a lot of big differences of opinion with Ditko, though. But they left out that he worked on Hawk and Dove. Huh. Anyway, Steve Skates wrote a really, really good Aquaman comics. So, salute to them all. I drank to both of those gentlemen, those fine gentlemen. I just drank a toast to them with my cherry Coke. All of you, if you're drinking something out there, take a swig in their honor, and the great John Rader Sr. while they're at it. Let's see. So this issue is pretty cool here. Some cool stuff. Look, I mean, I could look at these Silver Age covers all day long, man. Gil Kane, Joe Giella covers. Yeah. Love it, man. Love it. Also, Aristocratic Extraterrestrial Time Traveling Thieves, issue 1 of 1. It was a micro series. Lol. I bought it. Gotcha, Fanty. Preteen, Dirty Jean, Kung Fu Kangaroos. Yep. What about I don't know if you mentioned it because I haven't been watching the chat. Did you mention Geriatric Gangrene Jiu-Jitsu Gerbils? Can't forget them, baby. So here we go. Some more great covers. It's just fun looking. I love Back Issue magazine, and it's just so great looking at these covers. Hey, Major Matt Mason. All right, who's old enough? Come on now. Hey, Sean says, let's see. I saw there's a new Ultimate Guide to Batman magazine on the racks that gives plenty of praise and credit to Bob Kane. Oh, Lord. Now, in 1994, in 2024, crazy. Really disheartening. Looks like Time or Weekly Entertainment Weekly. Wow. Really, Sean? That sucks, man. Did they mention Bill Finger at all? That's crazy. So who here is old enough to show your age now that remembers Major Matt Mason? Jeremiah Hembry, hello there. Says, I watched Superman the movie in 4K and Superman the movie 2 in 4K. I am happy. Great stuff. 4K, nice. Love it. Fanny, don't tell me you don't remember Major Matt Mason. You're old enough. Well, maybe you're not. Batman and Me was a work of fiction. Yes, sir. And of course, toward the end of his life, Bob Kane admitted a lot, but, didn't do much good then. Ravenscroft, I think there was a Pachyderms one, but I can't remember exactly what it was. Ravenscroft says, I remember Major Matt Mason. Didn't that come out in the late 60s? My friend had a set of these. I was so jealous. Yes, a friend of mine had him too. J.T. Kirk says, I remember him. Was he still Lieutenant Matt Mason? I don't know. No, Matt Mason. I like superheroes, so rarely even got Nick Fury. Yeah, I got you, but you remember him, though, right? Don't know if Matt Mason came to Canada. I never heard of him until this back issue. Oh, okay. Well, it probably didn't come to Canada then because I was too young to get the toy by the time I was old enough. Well, no, I got him. I think we got one or two. My older brother got one. I think I got a couple, but then they started getting, they kind of phased out. They were rubber. They had the wires inside of them, I heard that someone said Tom Hanks wanted to make a movie about it. But I don't know if that's ever going to happen. Look at that cover. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Mystery in space. Mystery in space. Oh, my goodness. Clobber Times, you remember Zeroid robots? Man, I love those things. I remember them vaguely. And I don't know if I ever got any though. Okay. And Ravenscroft just so happens tonight on on J-Man's channel. J-Man and Sean and I were reviewing Legion of Superheroes comics from 1969, and there were ads for Zeroids in there. Oh dear. Nope. You could even find on YouTube they had a commercial back then. The Captain Laser toy was what they made the Cylon Colonial Warrior 12-inch figure. Yeah, I remember Captain Laser. Yeah. Kadoki. Or Unknown. From Beyond the Unknown. Nice covers. Look at this Mike Kaluta cover from issue number 18. Wow. Yeah. Matthew Pounder. Jack Schiff's books were off the wall. Yes. I think, let's see. I had a Zintar. Never got the other two. Okay. I can't remember if I ever got them or I just saw them on TV or saw them at the store maybe. It's so vague, but that was I was pretty young yet, but I think we got them for Christmas one year. Whew, it's tough to remember. They really do look familiar because I was looking at them and I hadn't even thought about them ever. And when we ran across that ad in that Legion comic. Yeah, you could Google them and look at them. They're pretty crazy. Let's see. Love and Zeta Beams, Julius Schwartz. Yes. Anybody else here an Adam Strange fan by chance? Good night, Penny. Thank you for being here. Wow, JD Lewis. I knew you would remember. JD remembers Major Matt Mason. Yes, sir. Have a good one, Penny. You take care, my dear. Have a wonderful night. Any any Adam Strange fans here? I know he's highly derivative of Buck Rogers and Flash Gordon even, and but still. Have they even done a good Adam Strange figure? I'd like to get one of those. Yeah, he is highly derivative, but yeah. Adam Strange is one of only a few old DC comics that I can read a bunch of in a row. I got you. Love them. Murphy Anderson did a lot of those early ones. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. JLA Wedding. Neil Adams cover, right? On those. On the wedding issues, right? Let's see. There he is. Yep. He was a great character. Like I say, you say what you want about how derivative the concept was. He was still cool. He was. They was pretty cool on Batman Brave and the Bold. Remember him being on there? That was great. A great cartoon, of course. Hated that Man of Two Worlds 3-issue series. Alan Moore wrote a decent Adam Strange story in Swamp Thing near the end. Yes, he did. It was pretty disturbing, wasn't it? But it was good. Man, I haven't read that in ages. Okay, they weren't. There were Ernie Chan covers. My bad, Ernie Chua. And Garcia Lopez inks. I was thinking of a different Adam Strange Adams cover, but yeah, there's the parallel perils of Adam Strange. What marriage would bring Earth's greatest superheroes to another world 25 trillion miles away? because from the back you can't tell. It's Adam Strange and Alana or whatever, right? Superstars of Space. This is a reprint book, of course. There you go. There's the Adams cover I was thinking of. 138. Cinema Gulp, hello there. Welcome. Good to see you. I hope you're doing great, my friend. So yeah, there's that Neil Adams cover I was thinking about. This is one of my favorite Justice League covers right here. Adam Strange, hero of Ran / enemy Earth of Earth. Yeah, Adam Strange was cool. That's a great Adams cover. All right. Yeah, showcase one of. Yeah. So there you go. Oh man, oh man, oh man. So this is a pretty cool issue. I didn't get a chance to read all of it yet. Gwag, you up? You get every issue a back issue like I do? Oh yeah, JD, you remember Adam Strange? Yeah, great character. Gwag, because I think Gwag's the only one here that collects back issue. Do you get every one or just select issues? I have every issue of that, and I don't miss one no matter what, even if it's got nothing really in there for me. I get it anyway. You do too. You got every one and every retro fan. See, I've been lax on my retro fan. I don't have that many of them, but I'm going to start buying some more of them. I pick it up occasionally. I love retro fan, but I mean, it's that, and it's $10. Just like I pick and choose with it a little bit, like I do. I get every issue of the Jack Kirby Collector, of course. But on Alter Ego, I get it once in a while if there's something in there I want, and I get in the same way with Retro Fan. But they're great magazines. Yeah, good old Ernie Chan. Actually, at DC, he's Ernie Chua. And at Marvel, he's Ernie Chan. He's the same man, though. Hawkman. Some lovely Joe Kubert Hawkman. Cinema Gulp says, why did they make Superboy have to have a mask off into space? The later comics. Why did they make Superboy have to have a mask to You mean have to have a mask to go into space, or have to have his mask off? Have to have a mask. Or is that to go into space? Right. You mean have to have a mask to go into space? Well, I'll interpret it that way. If they just started, first of all, Superboy doesn't need a mask. It's the only times he'd wear one so he could talk through the communicator through it with his compatriots. Until later, they decided that they depowered Superman and a lot, and he would wear one because he actually needed to breathe, where Superboy never really needed to breathe. Or he could hold his breath forever. I mean, he was Superboy. So yeah. If I'm understanding you correctly, what you mean there, Cinema Gulp. Yeah, because Superboy never really needed to breathe. Sometimes he would wear one so he could communicate with his fellow Legionnaires and stuff. Me and my friend would say, of course, Adam Strange had to get to that next Zeta beam, because if it hit someone else, Alana would then be their girl. Them's the rules on Ran. Oh, wow. All I know is that Infantino Anderson art on Adam Strange was incredible. Agreed, D-Bud. I love it. Love itness. The best. Wow, Dave Michelini. Yeah, great stuff. This was a pretty good issue, though. But yeah, Gwag, I get them all of this anyway. There he is. Adam Buck Rogers Strange. Yeah, Infantino and Anderson. Well, Murphy Anderson inking Infantino especially, and inking Kurt Swan especially. I mean, of course, everyone inked everyone great, of course. Ravenscroft says Michelini is a very underrated writer. I agree with that. Wrote some of the best Avengers tales ever, and nobody talks about him much. Yeah, he also wrote, well, I mean, obviously his Iron Man, his Avengers. I believe he co-created the Scott Lang Ant-Man, right? Larry, what's up, buddy? Yes. Michelini also did some DC work, too. They had an issue that was mostly devoted to this before, but did anyone ever buy the DC Challenge? That's true. He created Castmaster. Good pernt. Cinema Gold says, did Claremont ever write any solo Gambit comics to your knowledge? Good question. I'm not 100% sure. Did Gambit have his own series at any point? But I could tell you one thing. We could sure as hell find out for you. There's an easy way to do that. This is open comic book talk. That's what we're here for. So, all right. All right. Can't remember. I got to admit, I'm one of those few that doesn't like Gambit much. But man, he started very early. Let's see. Get right there. Find a DC character. What do you mean a DC character? What if I want to find a Marvel character? That's weird. All right, let's see here. I'm gonna look for you real quick. I think he did. Wasn't there a Gambit series? Well, what am I saying? I probably got somebody in the chat. I'm not looking at the thing right now. I'll get back to the DC Challenge in a second, guys. I was going to ask you something about that. But most people like Gambit. I'm the weirdo. Don't get me wrong. But let's see here. I guess because see, I'm from down in Louisiana, man, and Gambit with that. I guess because I'd stopped reading X-Men at the time, right? And I only saw Gambit. I'd see who he was. I never really had read any of his comics at that point. So, I first saw him, or first had much exposure to him, I should say, on the cartoon. And they get that, in my opinion, I thought they gave him way over the top accents, y'all. You know what I mean now? Didn't like his series that much. Didn't like his son. So there was a Gambit series. I remember that, but I don't remember who did it. I think it was yes, he did. That's right. It was that's a new one? Huh. There's a new Gambit series, and Claremont wrote it from 2022, according to this. Maybe that's why I didn't hear about it before. I don't follow new stuff. All right, Chris Persia, have a good one, buddy. Take care, man. So Cinema Gulp, it looks like, and again, there may be another one. I don't know, because again, I don't follow new stuff much. But it looks like from 2022 that Chris, I thought so there was one, but I didn't know it was this soon. There may be another one, but it's a Gambit series. It was 5 issues. Of course, it's a modern comic, so watch out. Will Portatio did the art. That's not too modern though. Is that a reprint? I guess it's not a reprint, according to this. Anyway, it was very recent, and it was Claremont and Portatio, all two old schoolers. But so yeah, 5-issue series, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. So you could just you could search that and find it for sure. The great RRTNZ says, Clobby, I knew you loathe Byrne. Well, there's nuance to that, dude, but I'm hoping even you must have appreciated his black and white OMAC series from 1991. It was darker spit on Kirby's creation, but a great story and beautiful art. Well, you know something, RR, to be fair to you. Anytime, Cinema Gulp, I'm glad to check on stuff like that. To be fair, I never read it because it was Byrne doing another thing with the Kirby creation. And, his take on OMAC did not interest me. So I will have to be fully upfront with you to let you know I did not read it. So I can't say I have an opinion on it. Byrne frequently pisses me off with a lot of the things he tries to write. I say try because I don't think he's much of a writer. Actually, I've liked some things he's done. Don't get me wrong. And I've loved his art at times. And I've also said that he should never ink himself. So that said, RR, thank you so much for the very kind super chat. And in deference to you, I will look at it. And if you want me to take a look and evaluate it and read it and see what I think, I will definitely do that. And I'll be fair as I can. I'll be fair. If you would like for me to take a look at it. But as far as Byrne, I admit it's kind of a, I don't mean this in like a serious hate way. A love hate type thing. I don't hate anybody. Really. I'm saying, but it's in figure of speech, a love hate thing, because I love some of his work and hate some of it. And I dislike a lot of his conduct and a lot of things he said and done because he's a jackass, in my opinion. Yeah, so I'm up and down on the stuff. I've really loved a lot of his art from time to time. The only writing of his that I've ever really, really thought was really, really good was some of his Star Trek comics, actually, believe it or not. This is weird. I know. He can actually write Star Trek. I don't like his attitude towards established characters with his revisionism. I hate it. So if he just takes a character and writes them within the confines that they were created in, there've been some good stuff. When he gets a hold of them and with this revisionist clause, gets his revisionist clause into the characters, is when I have a serious problem with Byrne. He fundamentally decides that everything that went before can go screw. He's going to do them his way, and he just doesn't give a crap about what went before. That's his cavalier attitude towards the previous creators, and always really kind of pisses me off. So that's my big problem with Byrne. Hey, Cinema Gulp, thank you for the super chat. You're too kind. You didn't have to do that. And he said, did you ever get into Return to Planet Hulk? I read Planet Hulk. I didn't read The Return. When was that a little bit later? I did read Planet Hulk, I think, and of course, I've actually seen that animated movie as well. And I thought I have a lot of problems with Planet Hulk. I know, I'm just a big complainer. I hate everything. No. The story was interesting. I don't like what was done to the I don't like what it did to the characters that sent him to off the planet. I mean, if he'd gone there some other way, Janet from another planet. My goodness, girl. Beautiful lady. Everyone, we have a lady here. The great, most wonderful Janet from another planet. Janet. Damn it. Janet, I love you. Boom, boom. What you doing there, dear? You know, Janet, were you ever, I've never even asked you. I know you like some geek stuff. Did you ever read comics? Were you ever a comics reader, Janet? Because I don't know if we've ever talked about that, so I don't know. But if you were, let me know. This Illuminati, what they did to these a-hole, these turning such Marvel characters into villains, which is what they did. And that's true, Matthew Pounder, but the Jarella story was better. Didn't like the Planet Hulk either, especially Stark shooting him off. And yeah, not only that, I mean, it made Reed Richards, Tony Stark, Subby, T'Challa, Doctor Strange, all of them into a-holes. Turned them into villains, in my opinion. So it all rubbed me the wrong way, but I never read The Return to Planet Hulk. Yeah. My favorite one. My favorite series is Midnight Suns. Okay, there you go. So you read some comics here and there. Well, you have to come talk comics with me one of these days, Janet. One of these nights, that is. If you're of a mind to, of course. So the DC Challenge, you guys remember that? There was an issue a good while back of Back Issue that talked about it a little bit. And what a mess it was. I'll have to dig that issue up and talk about it again. Because it was cray-cray in the bray-bray. Well, that's fantastic, Janet. We should do it. Yeah. I can't say that's, and again, look, I don't mind Elseworlds that deconstruct superheroes. If you want to do, you can deconstruct to your heart's content with regards to the archetypes of superheroes. There have been some really good stories like that. And by the way, I believe it was RR or Ravenscroft, one of you. I get my R's confused. Talked about some of these crazy stories about Adam Strange. Cosmic Odyssey. I was trying to find that I thought they put that Alan Moore story in there, but I'm not. So yeah, I'm tired of messing around. I have all 6 unopened set. Oh, cool. There you go. Clobberin. R says, I'd be keen for your opinion on it, but I suspect you'll hate it. Well, I understand. I've earned that reputation. As it is quite gritty and it is revisionist. Maybe don't bother. But you know what? It wouldn't hurt. I should open up my mind and take a look at things sometimes, RR. So I'll take a look at it sometime. What can it hurt? Yeah. I also have an open set that oh, cool. Midnight Suns was interesting. Yep. Let's see. Cover gallery here. Adam Strange covers. Oh man, like I said, I always say it. I can look at these old covers all day long. Silver and bronze covers. Wow. Retroactive 1970s. Here it is. Aggle. Fabulous World of Krypton. Remember that backup? The Fabulous World of Krypton. Untold stories of Superman's Native Planet, The Great E. Nelson, Breadbell, art by Murphy Anderson. God, these were great. Oh, there's a whole checklist of that. That's cool. I love it. Oh, Cinema Gap. Again, you're too kind. You're very kind of you. You shouldn't do that. He says, do you remember the Section 13 group? Whatever happened to that would have been cool in an MCU film. There, I'm getting a message from somebody. What is Sorry, everyone. I hope you can still hear me. Oh, sorry, everybody. I'm getting a. Who is that? Texting me. I'm getting a text message now too. Oh. Thought I had my phone turned all the way down. What in the hell? That's weird. So I'm sorry about that, but I had something going crazy with my stupid computer. All right, see, Cinema Gulp. Let's see. Do you remember? Do you remember the Section 13 group? Whatever happened to that would have been cool in the MCU. Is that something that was like from I don't know. It's like the early, wasn't it? It's not like in the silver or gold, silver or bronze age. Isn't that something like more recent? Because I'm not all that familiar with it. So I can't really say I've read any comics with that. So I can't really, sorry about that, but I don't know. Other than it was like it was like a Nick Fury comic or something, but failing that, I don't know much about it. I got to admit. So sorry about that. That's not because I wasn't reading comics at that. Well, I stopped reading Marvel really around the early 2000s for the most part. I mean, I picked up a book here and there, but for the most part, RR says Clobby sometimes revisionism works. Moore's Miracle Man is totally revisionist and it's genius. Yes, maybe it's more about the writer and Byrne isn't on Moore's level. All true, but the thing is about you have to remember about Marvel Man / Miracle Man RR that at least. And it's convoluted, but the Marvel Man / Marvel Man character was simply created as a complete and utter copy cipher of the original Golden Age Captain Marvel from Fawcett, because at the time in 1950, 253, whatever, when National had chased Fawcett out of business, they couldn't make any more Shazam / Captain Marvel comics. Over in the UK, in Great Britain, Captain Marvel comics were huge. So to fill that void, they came up with Marvel Man. And he was very much, Michelangelo or something like that. He was very much just a complete utter pastiche or rip of what I'm going to call it, of Captain Marvel, of the CC Beck Captain Marvel. And so when Moore got a hold to him, he was just a character that was created just to copy stuff anyway. And Moore, I'd rather see it done with a character who was just created to fill a void, even though he meant a lot to a lot of kids. I understand that of that era. I have no problem with Moore doing that. If he'd done that to Captain Marvel, to the Billy Batson Captain of Marvel, I would have been disgusted. Janet says, I thought that thoughts that I sent you photos of my favorites, Clobby, on X. Oh, did you? Did you send me some on X there, Janet? You may have at some point. Okay, yeah, Blade the Leader, Black Knight, Captain Britain. Okay, yeah. I thought there was going to be something like that, but I guess not. No, I'm with you, Cinema Gulp. I never read those. But I've heard about it. I mean, but no, Section 31. No, Section 31 is from Star Trek. Janet from another planet. Give you your taste. I recommend the classic Tomb of Dracula. Oh God, yeah, Tomb Dracula's great. Have you read that, Janet? My mom would take all of my vampire comics because I would chase my sisters and try to invite them. Oh, she. Section 13 group was from the 90s. I think it was OG Blade Trinity group. Oh, okay. Huh. I know they weren't. I thought they weren't called that till later. Yeah, well, okay. Well, again, I'll take your word for it on that one because I remember I wasn't reading much in the 90s, but I will say this from what you're talking about. I love Black Knight and Captain Britain and Doctor Strange, and I read some of those. I read some comics with all them in it. I used to read. I know there were. I can't remember where they started though. I know. Anyway, I'd have to go check, but I think it was in the OG Blade Trinity group. Okay. I got you. Okay. Anyway, this is so cool that they've got a fabulous World of Krypton checklist here. The great E. Nelson Bridwell. That guy was an encyclopedia of DC knowledge and lore. And it says it right here. Look. Nelson was a walking encyclopedia of all things Krypton, explains Bates. So he was a valuable resource for all of us when it came to expanding or experimenting with what he had established in the previous issue. He was also there to give us feedback and offer input if necessary to keep things on track. Yeah, but a lot of people don't know all the contributions that E. Nelson Bridwell did for DC lore. It's incredible. Joe Doc says one of the worst teams of the 90s was the New Warriors. I didn't care for it. Yeah, I didn't either. Joe Dog, I got to admit, I'm with you on that one. I think a lot of people did like them. I hated what they did to Richard Rider, my favorite Nova. I didn't care about anybody in that group. I'm with you. Ravenscroft says, well, folks, I need to get to bed. Great chat as always, Club. Thank you, Ravenscroft. See you Wednesday for some Blake 7, buddy. And when did you say you're be reviewing Shooter's Avengers? I don't know. I'm just going to start reading it now, so it'll be a while. But I promise, once I get through, I'm going to do the whole Shooter's run, his first run. I don't care about the second run, and then I will definitely review it at some point. And also, if you didn't see the announcement at the beginning tonight, we're gonna, on J-Man Show after we finish our Frank Miller review run, we're going to review all of Kirby's Fantastic Four, 1 through 102, including the 6 annuals. The Midnight Suns are a fictional team of supernatural superheroes appearing in American comic books published by Marvel Comics, including Ghost Rider, Danny Ketch, and Johnny Blaze, Blade, and Morbius. That is true. True statement. And I got it. When that came out in the 90s, Janet, I didn't buy it because I was not buying a lot of Marvel or DC in the 90s. I was pissed off at both of them. And I bought scarcely, most as far as their mainstream books. I was buying Valiant and some other things. I have read Alpha Flight, Joe Dog. I bought it for the first 12, 15 issues. It was burned. Never got into it, I'm sorry to say. It's got a following, and I have every respect for it. A lot of people like them for sure. Hey, all right. Everyone, by the way, I'm glad you mentioned that, Cinema Gulp. If anyone could find Cinema Gulp's link to his page and get it into the chat for me, I'll try to find it if you can't. I would like to promote, for what it's worth. I don't have very many subs anyway, but yes, he's got the 700 subs. Awesome dude, great channel. Please, awesome bunch. They do great stuff over there. Please, let's get. If you have not already, my friends, please subscribe to Cinema Gulp's channel. And I'll see if I can find that as soon as I can. Cinema Gulp, I'll try to find the link. Where we at? Anyway, so yeah. Look at that! Look at that cover. Giant G78 Superman number 232. I think that's a man. Oh man, God, I love that cover. Kurt Swan, Murphy Anderson at their finest. Scotty R37. What's up, Scottsky? What's up, dude? How you doing? I hope you are well. Yeah, I love this. I always love this Superman cover by Swanderson. So that's pretty cool. Cinema Gulp, if you would send me your maybe send me your link on X over there, then I'll transfer it over here. For your channel. Because it's tough for me to go search for something when I'm on the line there. So yeah. And yeah. So this is a pretty good issue of Back Issue. Yeah. And I need to get more retro fan though. Gwag. Definitely need to get more of those. It's a great mag, man. It's really cool. If you love old pop culture in general. Matthew says, didn't burn retconned at all. He did. And I despise him for it, sir. I despise him for it. His retconning drivel. Oh, man, this has that story where everyone remember the story where Tomari tried to save Krypton? One of my favorite Green Lanterns. Tomari tried to save it. That was badass right there. Loved it. Oh, my goodness. That was a cool issue. So, yeah. Yeah. What's that? What else? So much stuff to review, so little time, right? Mm-hmm. Man, oh man. Some original art. This is pretty good. I was shocked that they did this. A Villain History of Mongol. Created by, of course, Jim Starlin. Yeah. God, Jim Starlin, DC Comics Presents are pretty cool. J-Ben and I reviewed one, the one with the Spectre. For those who do not remember. Oh. Let's see. Yes, great one there. The beginnings of Mongol, of course. Yeah. So, cool issue. Let me see if there's any other stuff in there that's worth taking a look at. Bop. Yes. We just reviewed this comic a couple of weeks ago, my buddy Carlos and I, on Superman month. Joe Dog says the death of Captain Marvel was incredible as well. It was brutal. It was very well done. I remember when it first came out. We ordered heavily on it, and then it was 1982, and there was a fire at the warehouse or at the printer rack, actually. Oh, thank you, Scotty, for that link. There you go. Thank you, Scotty. I appreciate that. So, Scotty sent me a link to the Cinema Gulp channel. And here it is. Okay, everybody, there's a link in. Please, if you would, go, if you have not already, go to Cinema Gulp channel, follow this link, and subscribe to our friends at Cinema Gulp. They've just hit 700. Excellent. And there you go. Appreciate that. Thanks a lot, Scott. So and then the thing is about was it? Oh, thanks, D Bud. That's cool. That's cool. So anyway, like okay, I didn't want to make. I didn't know if you were there or not. I never know who's there and who's not. And I don't want to bug anybody to do anything. I would have went and looked for it eventually. But thank you, brother. Thank you. And hey, love your buddy, Larry. I like the Fletch reference. Love your buddy, Larry. I love Fletch, the movie and the books. So, and Cinema Gulp, incidentally, it is a comic night, so it's kind of related. You're talking about what was it? You're going to be doing a retrospective of the Crow film from 1994 with Brandon Lee, and I was absolutely honored by the invite. I got to admit, I've only seen it one time, and for not any particular reason. And I never read the comic at all, or very much at all. So I think I picked up a couple here the way back when it came out. But do you have maybe want to go back and watch it again for sure? Michael Wincott. Why does that name ring a bell? Was he in The Crown? Maybe he was. Like I said, I've not seen the movie since it came out in the theaters. I'm pretty sure I went to the theater to see it. Tragic times, of course. Yeah, I had not. I got to admit, Cinema, I didn't read the comic. I didn't read a lot of the. I didn't read a lot of comics along those lines at the time. I had certain types of comics I read, and I've read a lot of independent comics, but not really that one so much. And not any I don't know, no particular reason, but no particular reason. Anyway, but anyway, just said nothing against it. James L. Barr was an interesting fellow. All right. Anyway, where were I? Oh man. All right. Let's see. Anyway, for the man who has everything, great comic. Rah. Oh man. Mongol, still Mongol. Okay. All right, Omega Men. This was something that just never. Anyone remember that? This is just something wasn't going to work out for you guys. DC had decided that, man, let's try to copy. Let's try to. We need a big one like the X-Men, and they had one in New Teen Titans, but they wanted to see if they could do something closer to the X-Men, even though New Teen Titans was selling it. So they really try. I think they tried too hard with the Omega Men. Look, hey, why not try something though? And they shouldn't be afraid to try new things, right? So they gave it a shot. And I remember when we ordered, again, I used to, the guy I was working for at the comic shop, I said, man, I don't know if you should order that much of this Omega Man. Nobody knows who that is. But he ordered a buttload of them. And man, it had pretty decent art. This, of course, was their first appearance in Green Lantern. Great Perez cover right there, but it has a Joe Staton interior. And that gets me in trouble. We have some Joe Staton fans, I guess. Some of the earlier appearances, and they were kind of, linking them in with the New Teen Titans. They had hopes for this too, man. They were hoping and of course, yes, Lobo appeared in it. They had hope for this comic. Look at number 1. Great cover. They wanted this to be the next Titans, man. It just didn't happen for them. I mean, and the next, not the Mega Men, not man, Ari, Scotty. So, yeah. They wanted this to be the next team, X-Men. They wanted to be, they were shooting at the moon right there. And then the book, limped along for years. But that's agreed, Joe Dog. R.I.P. Keith Giffen for sure. Hey, J.D. Lewis, my friend. I am absolutely thrilled to see you again tonight, buddy. And it's good. I want you to have a wonderful night, and I hope you're doing well and feeling better. It's been a while, buddy. So take it easy, man. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Good night. So yeah, did any of you buy a Mega Man? I mean, I bought the first, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 issue maybe. I stuck with it for a little bit. And I tried to sell the hell out of it, Anybody else? Anybody else pick this comic up when it came out? The Omega Man? Good cover, like in the first issue, And yes, the first appearance of Lobo. If that means anything to you. Not a big Lobo guy personally, but hey, what are you going to do? So yeah, it was, look, they gave it a shot. And then they just didn't get frankly, didn't have the greatest artists all the time. It's what are you going to do? So they tried. Again, nobody. Yeah, Matthew, you're right. They promoted the hell out of this book. They were all that. Look, DC was all over this one, man. Cinema Gulp, thank you again. Again, you're very kind. It's very generous of you. Says Clobby, I can't thank you enough for the link and share, buddy. It means a lot. We have to get you on the channel soon. Well, I would be honored to be there. Like I say, I would be embarrassed. I would still go on, but when it comes, I would have to watch the movie. But I would be embarrassed if I didn't know what I was talking about. And on the Crow, I admit that's a subject I'm deficient on. But I will be, I definitely need to go watch it again. But it doesn't matter. I'll hang with you guys anytime. Are you streaming, or do you just do videos, Cinema? You guys stream or whatever, but anyway, I would be honored to be there. Absolutely, whatever you're talking about. So, R says, not really a Lobo fan, but the series with Beasley and Grant. Yeah, Beasley was great. Bisley was entertaining. After that, didn't care for him much. Only good part of Superman American Alien is when Superman stomps Lobo. Yes. Joe Dog says, I was reading Neil Adams' Batman last week. One of my favorite Batman runs. Oh, yeah. Wow. O'Neill and Adams Batman. Greatness. But do yourself a favor, Joe Dog. You might want to steer clear of Batman Odyssey. Just saying. Or, I don't know. Maybe you might need a good laugh. Yeah, buddy. Batman Odyssey by Neil Adams. Yeah. I hate to speak ill of the great Neil Adams, but oh my, it's something. Yeah, the Omega Man. They gave it a shot. There was, I bought the ones with the Alan Moore backup in it. There you go. More Adam Strange. Hubert to the stars. Oh, wow. Adam in this case. Nice. Oh, man, they got some cool stuff coming up. An Alter Ego and Jack Kirby Collector and back issue. Let's see. Chuck Eston movie is good. Omega Man. I remember it well, Larry. I hate what DC has done to Neil's omnibus. Is there? Are you speaking, Joe? Are you speaking of a new omnibus they did, or what? Because I can tell you one thing. I don't think I've seen his new omnibus yet, or what you're talking about. But I remember back in the late '90s or early 2000s, somewhere up in the early 2000s maybe. Neil Adams and DC came out with a big 2-book hardcover slipcase edition of the O'Neill and Adams Green Lantern, Green Arrow, Hard Traveling Heroes classic. Their classic series from the early 70s, which is groundbreaking, legendary. I mean, it's just momentous and off the chart in terms of, popularity and notoriety and all that good stuff. As silly as some of the stories really kind of are, the art and what went on in the subject matter made them. I mean, they'll always be a legendary comic book series run of comics by a creator run. And they did this hard. I couldn't wait, man. I had to have it. So, and back then I could afford such things. So they weren't cheap, and I bought it. And wow, what they did to the inking! He re-inked it. The coloring was kind of screwed up too, but he re-inked the shit. I mean, holy shite! Now they did it to a Batman book too, and I didn't buy that one because I still have it on my shelf. It's ruined. They couldn't just reprint it and not make. I don't care if they improve the colors and all that stuff. They do that with all the trades and all the reprints. But man, they re-inked it. He re-inked himself into oblivion. I mean, it was disturbing how bad it looked, in my opinion. So, reading. Talking about the Batman Neil Adams omnibus run 8 years ago. Okay, they modern colored it. Yes, I think that's pretty much what I'm talking about. They modern color this crap. I don't like that either. I don't like when they modern color stuff because I know they on the Jack Kirby Fourth World omnibus when we reviewed our Jack Kirby Fourth World a few months back on J-Man's channel, Sean J-Man. Sean has the omnibus, which is beautiful and all that stuff. But we were reviewing it. I was looking at it on old scans of the old issues from the original issues, and they didn't just recolor it and all that stuff, which is fine. They changed a lot of. They changed some of the colors. Look who's here, the great Marquis with us, sir. What's up, dude?
Hey, well, I don't know about great, but glad to be here. I've been lurking.
See you, man. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Yep, thanks for hanging out last night. A lot of fun on Sunday Night Geekery.
Yes, it was fun. It was great.
Yeah, a lot of
yeah. So, Joe Dog, I haven't seen that one, but I can believe it. Like I said, that Green Arrow book I was telling you about did it, and it was really awful. Matthew Pountner says Adam shouldn't have been allowed to recolor his homework. Thank you. Yeah, I shouldn't have. OR says, question. Does anyone know why Giffen mutated from crisp, clear, and detailed art to making everything look melted like Picasso done by preschooler? Yes, I do, and I'll be glad to answer that for you if you want to hear that sordid tale in just a second. I will be glad to. Go Away says, even the American flag got recolored for the trade. But yes. Now, and like I say, Finity, Cap, and everybody, I don't mind recolored sometimes. I mean, I don't like recolored. Don't mess with it. I take it back. I don't like recolored. I like if you want to enhance some colors here and there, but recoloring stuff really aggravates me. Larry gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much, buddy.
Thank you, Larry.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for that. There's Sean right there. Sean says they recolored and even cropped some pages in that fourth World Omnibus. They even race swapped minor characters, mostly in the New Gods issues. That pissed me off, man. And I would love to have had that omnibus. That's so annoying. And agreed. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, dude. That's right. I was about to answer a question, wasn't I?
I think so.
Okay. Yes. RRT and Z, buddy. I too am a huge fan of a lot of things Keith Giffen did. And well, okay, the question again, does anyone know why Keith Giffen mutated from crisp, clear, and detailed art? Well, when Keith Giffen first got into, and again, rest his soul, he just passed last year. When he got into the beeswax at Marvel, they recolored the Frank Miller Daredevil omnibus. Are you shitting me? Oh my God. Damn it. Sorry, Matthew. All right. So when Keith Giffen first got into the beeswax at Marvel, he was a Kirby ripper. He just absolutely was flat out, I mean, aping Kirby to the point where you almost thought Kirby did it. I mean, it was just because he was good at inking. I mean, he was good at aping people, I guess, right? And it was pretty cool looking, it looked like Kirby. And I remember when he passed, I showed a bunch of that art. So, later, and I did a show about this. I've done a couple about this, really. Did I keep those? I don't know if I kept them. Let me see something here. Oh, there you go. Look, I got them all right here. In fact, I got my Giffen tribute stuff right here. So I'll show you this. If you look at this background, that's what Giffen used to draw like. Giffen did this. For those who don't know, this is what was it Ravenscroft that asked the question? I believe. It was RR. Sorry, Ravenscroft. RR's question. This is what Giffen, after he left Marvel. First of all, here's what he drew like when he worked for Marvel.
Yeah, that looks very Kirby-esque.
This was Giffen when he first worked for Marvel.
Son of Kirby.
I admit when DC decided to color V for Vendetta, results were pretty good. Yeah, they were okay, but I think they did kind of a muted types of colors for that book. I know what you're talking about, go away. Because there was sort of a muted type of colors in the regular comic format they did that kind of worked. I'm with you. And I love Giffen. But yeah, okay, so here you go. You've got, this is what he looked like when he worked for Marvel. Very Kirby. I mean, look at that. It's crazy. But it looked cool. You got a different inker on that one, but that one. And again, RIP. But later he started drawing like this, and he started doing Legion of Superheroes, and it was just some of the most beautiful work I've ever seen in comics.
That's great stuff there. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I didn't, but when I was drinking tribute to him, I wasn't giving any of the examples of the change start style.
People's art style changes over time too, or like you said, they start copying someone, or like
did it on purpose. So
on purpose, yeah. But look at Romita Jr. How his style has changed.
See, look at the sort of a change right there. It's getting there.
Yeah.
And then he started to slowly change.
McDonald's.
So what happened was, RR, to get back to your original question, Keith Giffen, the story is sorry, R. I mean, and I mean, it's an R. I have a bad attention span. So Keith Giffen went to a convention, and somehow he found this old, quote unquote, graphic novel, which really was called Alex Center by an artist by the name of Jose Munoz. And for some reason, we don't know why, his He was drawing Ambush Bug miniseries and Legion and some other stuff, and his art started taking a drastic turn to look a lot like that. Well, it was found out later in the Comics Journal in an article that exposed it in the mid '80s. That was they had a regular. They had I think this started this regular series in Comics Journal, a journal, a regular artist called article, a running column, I should say. Sorry, I guess journalists would say a running column called the Swipe File, and they ended up getting this graphic novel.
Basically.
Oh, this guy was way before Giffen did it.
No, but I mean the swipe column refers to like someone copying someone else.
It would show
illustrate,
not just style. It would show total swipes. No, whole pages. They would show pages from Alex Center and pages from Ambush Bug or from Legion.
Oh, I gotcha.
And he ripped off
a direct copy.
Not just the style of the way the characters look, the way they're drawn, but the panel layout, everything, the structure, the whole. I mean, he would rip whole chunks of comics from it to just redraw that and stick it in a DC comic. And to add insult to injury, it didn't have this really nice, clear look. I mean, look how beautiful that is. Because for Legion and a bunch of heroes, he didn't like this. He thought that was better. And I'm going to show some examples of it. I mean, good God, oh God. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to. I mean, I don't want to.
Yeah, the whole layout and everything, right? Yeah. I've seen that before. Covers, especially some covers, and it's identical. It's like, I mean, I guess subconsciously too. Sometimes you see things, but when you copy a whole page or a whole,
Yep, but he changed his style so much. I don't have any examples of the change.
Yeah.
Here.
Like
back. I can try to find one. Find some. Yeah, let's see. Okay, there's a couple of them here. Let's see. Share. All right. So, man, as you can see, look at the faces.
The guy's obviously talented too. Look
at this.
It's a shame, to copy things exactly.
What if they got any images from Swipe File? Let's see. I mean, I'm not trying to kick a guy while he's gone. After he's gone, I was criticizing him
plagiarism
way before that.
Plagiarism,
Well, it was. The guy wasn't happy when he found out about it. I mean, the guy was taking his art. The Trouble with Keith Giffen. There it is. Opening shots right there. So, yeah.
Was osmosis rather than swiping since Matthew Pounder. Yeah. I just kind of read so much of him. Yeah. Not when it's identical. Yeah.
Yeah. Not so much. Let's see. I mean, it was pretty blatant because it was whole panels. Okay, here's some of your examples. There we go. Look at this. That's Alex Center stuff right here.
Yeah.
No, he didn't put it. I thought there was more of it here.
Well, that's a pretty good example there, right?
There's a good example. Look, this is the bottom parts from the comic he ripped off. This is him.
Yeah.
That's just one of many examples.
I mean, yeah, you could say, yeah, that's someone walking in front of a storefront, but then you got the garbage pail, you've got the people there, the umbrella, I mean, it's and look at the marks on the ground there, for the rain and it's awfully similar. Yeah.
Yes, all right, CG, I appreciate that. Yes, absolutely, sir. Let's see.
I know we don't do politics here, but we can mention our president famously got in trouble for swiping speeches in the 80s, shall we say.
Yeah,
Drop out of the race. So so I mean,
true.
This is just this is plagiarism. I mean,
thank you, RR. I appreciate that. That's always a hot button topic with me. So, yeah, I go away. So imitation is the sincerest form of plagiarism. Good. I admit, DC decided to color refund that. Yep, I hear you there. J-Man said also, not J-Man. Sorry, Sean. I got you mixed up with J-Man. You can smack me upside the head next time. Because you don't want to be associated with that guy, right? Also, in the Fourth World Omnibus, they usually put pants on characters where they were bare-legged before. They've done that so much in other books too. Just colored their legs so it looked like pants. That's more choice than enhancement. True. So anyway, yeah, that's your basic answer to that RR. Sorry to take so long to answer it for you. Hope that was, But Giffen said it was osmosis rather than swiping. Could be. I wasn't there. My own comic book, I'm a writer and the colorist. And lots of hidden plot points in those color choices. Good point, go away. Now, Matthew Pounder says his art was constantly evolving. I guess that's a way to word it. I would say devolving personally, but that's a matter of opinion. That's in my opinion. Because I loved the way it was before. Not when I love the Kirby rip's fun because it looks like Kirby,
Yeah. And they told him to do that, right? Too. That's a little bit different too. And
well, they let him do it. I mean, he was just doing it.
Let him?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
some artists
you got to understand Kirby back then. Those guys, when Kirby went back to DC at that point and about to go back to Marvel in the 70s, they all both hated him and loved him. They were mad at him for leaving. They treated him like shit when he got back to Marvel, but they also believed that everything should be drawn like him if you could. If you could make it look like him and they could cash in on that, so much the better.
Yeah.
But somehow, some way, I don't know who. I mean, who do you think he's aping here? I mean, the only thing I can imagine is he was kind of inspired by Perez here and decided to make these. That looks zero like Kirby stuff. And it looks zero like the crap he did later. Which shows how talented he was. I mean, this is
definitely
one of the greatest. Yeah. That's amazing, this picture. But not just that, though. I mean, that's a big poster. These are panels, and look at the cover design right here. And it's just phenomenal. And it doesn't look anything like that Alex Center crap. Later, because of that, it did give that guy some notoriety, and Fantagraphics reprinted the Alex Center Venezuelan graphic novel, and I bought that.
Good.
Way back in the 80s. Well, look at these covers. I mean, they're great. Man, I was so sad. I remember I was mad that he took over.
That's
Legion
an all-time
sad when he left.
great cover, right? I mean, that's all-time.
Which one? This one or that one?
The Dark Side cover.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Or that one there.
And that one too. I mean, just that cover. If you grew up in that time period, and I'm not a huge.
That's the Great Darkness
Legion reader, but I just know that cover.
The Great Darkness saga. Love it. And yeah,
it's okay to change your style too. I mean, it's nothing wrong. Over time, you evolve. I mean,
yeah,
colors change, and sometimes you like it or don't like it. But that's the beauty of having free will and choice, and putting your money where your mouth is too. So, like Jay Lee, I don't particularly like Jay Lee, but some people love his art style. It just doesn't. Once in a while, I think it's cool, but it's just not my kind of thing. I mean, but I like Jethro Tull, and clam pizzas. So I mean, who am I to judge? I
What's
guess.
wrong with Jethro Tull?
Well, a lot of their audience has become very selective recently. But no, but I mean, most people don't. A lot of people don't like Jethro Tull, so it's not a popular. But I'm sure everyone out there has some things that they really love that not that many people like. But screw what everyone else thinks, right? Just enjoy what you like, and don't let other people's opinion bother you. But it's always fun to talk about what you like and critique. And I'm not saying don't
back when I did that,
but yeah.
I had those things loaded from back when he passed a few months ago. I did a tribute show to him, and I was a fan of him. But I can't lie to you, I don't know these people. So if they're still I just don't like sycophantry. You can be the biggest fan of somebody, and you should still be able to criticize them if you think they did something wrong, or if even if you still love them to death. I mean, So I love a lot of Keith Giffen's work. I think he was dead wrong to change his style like that, but he wanted to. He wrote some good stuff, and then later he wrote some horse hockey. And for example, I held a grudge at him, not for the art style. I just kind of was sad about it because I really liked the way it was working. I was mad at him for killing Karate Kid once really, but killing him dead because he hated Karate Kid. Now I'm kidding. It's kind of a joke, but I am aggravated when he actually killed him. Just because he didn't like him. I said, man, he's the coolest Legionnaire. I mean, he's at least my third or fourth favorite Legionnaire. And you can't kill he can't. Man, I was mad at him because he later came out and said that so he wanted to do that. What? Because it's comics and I'm childish. What can I tell you? I'm a goddamn child. So there. Oh man! So have you bought any comics lately?
I did. Well, I got some, but I don't think I've shown these. So let me see if you've.
If you want to, you can.
Yeah,
we got a few
if
minutes.
you want to.
Who wants to make fun of Mark's comics choices this week?
Make fun of him? I thought just enjoy.
I mean, who wants to praise? I'm sorry. Who wants to praise Mark for his comic choices this week? We'll get out of here after we do this.
Yeah. All right. Let's get the camera set up here. I don't think I've shown these before.
Who is the better singer, Jethro Tull or Steve Miller?
I'd probably, Ian Anderson. Unfortunately, his voice got killed in the late '70s, early '80s. He had really a lot of vocal problems. I think I'm gonna say Ian Anderson's a better vocals and a better performer, but later on in his career, unfortunately, his voice went. But I do love Steve Miller, and I think, but Ian Anderson live, look at '78. Bursting out by Jethro Tull in Madison Square Garden. That's when they're at the height of their powers. So,
but I'm with Finity though. I do love the Space Cowboy.
Oh yeah, that's Steve Miller. It's great, and he learned to play guitar from I forget the guitar fame.
Clapton.
Is that not Clapton? No.
Eric Clapton.
Gibson. No, not Gibson. What's Les? I think it was Les Paul.
Not Eric Clapton.
Eric Clapton, yeah. Joyce and Elders, yeah. I knew Eric Clapton. Eric Clapton was a friend of mine.
Trick question. Both are bands, not singers. There we go against Sicilian with deletion. Sorry, is on the line.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kirk. As in JT Kirok. All right, what is this? I thought
Batman.
Didn't Commissioner Gordon quit or something?
No, he's back. He's fighting the Joker. So he's the star of the Batman book. This is all right. I mean, does it make me want to buy it? No, but and I did buy it. Sorry. That's because the alternative covers are $6 instead of $5. So screw that. I mean, it's all right. It's not
Joe Dog.
It's not terrible.
In my opinion, this is an easy answer. So, which is the best Ralph Bakshi film, Heavy Metal or Fire and Ice? For me, Heavy Metal, hands down.
Heavy Metal, yeah. I like Heavy Metal a lot better, yeah. The music's better. Stories are better.
I'm going to reach out.
You've got nudity.
Yeah, Heavy Metal. For me anyway.
We did both on Toxic Tuesday, if you want to look for those reviews. But I didn't really like Fire and Ice that much.
I did
I
it.
mean, yeah, I didn't think it was
All
that
right.
good.
The Frazetta,
It's watchable.
kind of Frazetta looked kind of cool, but
Yeah, I didn't think the story was as good or as interesting. It's all right. I can live with it. My standards have gone down. Now this one was really good.
good cover,
Old
you mean,
school
right?
Hulk. Yeah, good cover there. Yep. And it's back to being the Incredible Hulk. I see. I own Incredible Hulk #9. This is gonna be worth a lot of money. It's from the '60s. Oh no, but this is a pretty decent job on giving you an old school looking Hulk there. I'd say.
Yeah, the art's nice. Not bad.
So that's a buy, or pass, or
I like this cover just because it's silly. It's got the throwback to the old carded.
yeah. That's why I
Even though
bought
that
this one.
even though that guy's from Phantom Menace, though they didn't have those, did they?
Yeah, it's fun, but the covers I've tried to get. If I'm buying a cover, I'll go for the alternative cover that I think is kind of interesting. So the card covers are good. Yeah, and it's just got the character's name. Yep. Variant edition, rated T, T for teen. And we got a Wolverine issue with Magneto, X-Men '97 variant. I think that's pretty good. I mean, you may or may not like the art style, but I kind of dig it. It's kind of avant-garde, kind of all over the place, but in terms of it's very free form. Trying to figure out what and who did this. Arthur. This is Arthur Adams, I think, right?
Is it? Yeah. No, it's after Arthur Adams. Somebody thinks they're being clever and they're ripping Arthur Adams
Okay.
up. Meanwhile, it doesn't look anything like Arthur Adams.
So I don't know who did this cover, but homage variant edition. But I think that's pretty good. I don't know.
RR
Not
for
bad.
the RR. Thank you for that, buddy. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here.
And here we go with some Darth Vader. Use the Schwartz Luke. Not a really good cover. I mean, it's not bad. My bar has been lowered so highly.
Yeah.
I guess. It's all right. Now this one, I got a variant. I love this one because I love the old school Mickey Mouse and Goofy. Goes back to a nice, much better time before the dark days, before Disney bought Star Wars. But I guess
Before the dark days, before the Disney,
Yeah.
the mouse pyre.
Yeah. But I mean, Mickey used to be king, right? So, and this is a classic redo of an X-Men cover with the Disney gang. Donald is Iceman. Mickey is Cyclops, which makes sense, the leader, right? Goofy's the Beast.
Who's the
And
duck? The duck back there.
it's a Daphne Duck. I can't remember. What was that character's name? Well, Minnie is Angel, but
Where's Donald?
Donald is Iceman.
Okay. Why is that Daffy Duck Marvel girl? When that should be
Daphne
that
Duck?
should
I'm trying to get.
that should be
Should
Minnie,
have been Minnie.
and then
That should be Minnie.
and then the guy should be Angel.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that. Now the cover's ruined for me. Jeez.
Good.
And that's Brutus. What was the bad guy's name? Brutus or
I
was it Brutus?
think so.
Right? In the Mickey cartoon. Yeah, I think it was Brutus. But yeah,
I think
is
so.
that Daphne Duck? Yeah, why is she?
Oh, it's Daisy Duck.
Oh, Daisy Duck. Daisy Duck. I knew it was Daisy.
Thanks, Joe Dog. No, Daisy.
Yeah. Yeah, because Iceman's not with. Oh, come on, guys. Gotta get that right.
Should be Minnie.
Should be Minnie. Minnie should have been.
As Jean
I
Grey?
don't know.
Yeah. I mean, as a Marvel girl? Yeah.
Yeah.
And where's Beast?
Well, Beast is
No, that's
Goofy.
Beast, right? I mean, Beast is good. I mean, where's who's missing? No,
Well,
they're
you
all there.
miss.
They're
That's
all
all there. Yeah. For the original X-Men, yeah.
They're just bigger on the original cover.
So what is this? What issue is this from? I don't even know what the issue is. It doesn't even tell you what. I don't know if it's a Spider-Man. I don't know if it says number
You-
1, but
That's only because it's a reading of FM. Excuse me, of X-Men #1. So
Yeah, but normally they have like a UPC. The UPC is probably in the back. Let me see which.
so you don't know what comic book. You don't know what comic
I
that is.
remember I ordered it because you got to go in and pick your, you know, Spidey Man. All right, yeah, Spider Man.
Hmm.
It's on a 9.8 anymore. Amazing Spider Man.
Oh well.
So let's see what the. Oh, it's Romita Jr.'s horrible art. Well, I shouldn't say art. Well, art that I don't like. Just don't like the art.
It don't look too bad.
Spider-Gwen, the Ghost Spider. That's not too. Yeah, but see, look. Oh, this is just horrendous. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's just so. I mean, some people might like it. I guess people are.
I know.
Some idiots are buying the book.
I know one person. I have a friend that just is over the moon about Romita Jr.
It's new style.
And I'm talking about the
style.
modern, his current style for the past.
Yeah, that's what I mean. His current
years.
style. Yeah.
I'm not face it. He's had that style. He's
stuff.
had that style since the '90s. He only had an okay generic style when he was basically ripping his Pappy and Bob Layton inked him.
Yeah.
Because when he did Daredevil Year One in the early '90s, and the only thing decent about it was Al Williamson inked him. After that, man, he started doing. I mean, he did X-Men like crap. And he did. I mean,
it's like this page isn't bad. I mean, it's not a bad page. I just don't like the style. It just doesn't get me excited. I mean, like I love McFarlane. I know you don't like McFarlane.
Not much.
Maybe some people do. Yeah, but I just love McFarlane on the Spider-Man.
Most people do.
Yeah, yeah.
Most people like McFarlane. I don't know too many people that like Romita's. Well, obviously, they give him all the big books, so people do love it, I guess.
Yeah. I just don't like it. That's a cool splash page. I like that. But let's see, like I was going to show, they said like Legacy. Yeah, see, like here, Spider-Man 18, Legacy 300, Miles Morales number 18. See, Legacy number 300. Oh, yeah. Eventually, he's going to replace Spider-Man. Unfortunately. But, all right, we got more Batman Joker Year 1 Part 2. I'm not really digging that. I don't like that. I mean, the layout's interesting, but I would have liked that with a different art style. Maybe with it, that's just not. Let's see what they're trying to go for there. But
Joker Year 1. Oh Lord.
I kind of like this one.
Our buddy Sean gave that comic a good review.
All right. I think it's a pretty decent cover. What do you think?
That's okay. I mean, modern covers just make my eyes glow over.
Yeah.
Glaze over.
That's true. Yep. And let me grab the ones I think I showed these last week. But we're just I'll flip through them really fast just so you can see how
what?
Just to compare week to week, just it's more of the same. Like this Cap one, I think you liked a little bit.
Oh, covers art, yeah.
Yeah, covers art. This is Garbaggio.
Garbage.
Garbaggio. What the hell's going on there? Garbaggio. Just horrible covers. It's horrible.
He says, RR says, you see, Mark D with a C, you seem like a well-balanced, intelligent guy. Why do you buy some of this crap?
Because I'm a completionist and I've got OCD for my comic book runs. So I guess I gotta go get some help.
I guess.
And just like end my runs. Like I've had like every Hulk issue from 1990 plus all the back issues that I've bought through the years. So
man, he's not alone there. I know a lot of friends of mine that can't let go of the new stuff.
And then some of it is I've definitely cut way back. I don't buy X-Men anymore. I just buy Wolverine. And this one's okay. The Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer is cool. But this cover was very cool, and there's a new Goofy cover coming out. I bought like 5 or 6 of them because that was my dad's favorite character. So I'm gonna give them away to people. I don't know if it's Spider-Man or if it's I can't remember what it was for, but I bought, or maybe it's a Spider-Man cover, but I bought a ton of them.
This is like a Amazing Fantasy 15 cover or something with Goofy on there.
Well, it was something with Goofy that was either was Fantastic Four in the group or, but I just bought I bought a ton of them. Just
Hey, Woke Breaker.
Hey, Woke Breaker.
Go Away says we all have guilty pleasures. I'll never admit to owning Black Kiss. I don't believe you ever touched that comic. Even I. Well, I never bought it, but I did peek in it once in a while. That was in the 80s, though. And hey, it's shaking, so you know it's nice and clean as the wind-driven snow there, buddy.
And since I got these on my desk, I'm not opening them now, but I'll just show you what I bought on clearance.
Sean says Barbarians are where it's at in comics right now. Titans Conan comics, Dynamite's Red Sonja. Way better than Marvel and DC, more action-packed and stuff actually happens. There you go, Sean. Thanks, buddy.
Look how you get your action figures from Amazon. Good thing this is meant to come out of the box, but so I got the Eric D&D.
It came all dinged up like that?
Oh yeah. Retroblast has a great video on these figures. Yep. So
what? Getting messed up? You mean?
Well, that he's talked about. Plus, he did a nice video on these action figures. I've got to do my own review. Of course, I love this. Love this D&D cartoon from the '80s. But this is so stupid. You put the one thing I do like is
good night, Rope Breaker. Thanks for being here.
I do like the fact that if you want to open box your your figures, you can just pop these out and get them out and open them, but without destroying the bubble. So yeah, sometimes weird people like me sometimes will buy two sets of figures. So you'll buy one set to display, one set to pull out of the box. So these I guess just come. The good thing is you can open the box. Of course, as Retroblasting said, I'll just open this one. The heck, you can put it back in. I won't take it out of the. But it just got so destroyed from Amazon, or maybe it's a third-party seller. I don't know, but yeah. But you can't see what the figure looks like. So
good night, D-Bud.
Yeah, so it comes in something like this. It's like you want to see what that action figure looks like.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to unbox it live on a video. So I'll just
absolutely.
I thought you could actually see the figure, but you can't even see the damn figure. So I got that, and I did like the Honor Among Thieves movie, although they should have covered the original gang instead of just giving them a cameo. They were smart. Olga. So this is like $5. So that's a cool barbarian chick. She was fun in the movie. She was good. So I got that her. You always wait for the movies to go, the figures to go super low. And of course, who doesn't love this redhead, Sheila?
I've never met her, but she looks good to me.
Yeah. They all come with a D6, yep. So she could turn invisible. She was like the invisible woman of the group with her cloak. But she was a cutie patootie. Look at those boots. And then again, you can't see the like when you go to display, like a lot of people would have just bought these to hang on the wall, with your figures. You want to
can't stand that.
Yeah, so like I've got like you got to have Captain Kirk. Who I got to dust him. You got him hanging on the wall, and he looks good in the. You got this? Did you like this episode?
Not that new one, but I got an old one. Of the Mirror Kirk.
You don't have this one?
Not that new one there, but I got one just like it from the old one when they did it. I think it's the same size. I mean,
this is
my favorite episode, Mirror.
Yep. Art Asylum. Newer one, yep. And I got Sheila, and I got Eric.
Sheila.
And I got another redhead. If you can pattern a trend here, she was from the D&D movie. She was the girl that turned into the Doric, who turned into the big bear thing.
So, Nathan Robinson, hello there. There's
and she's got a nice tail.
an episode. There's an episode of D&D where it shows her panties. Well, I'm for that.
See, check out her tail.
Oh, now, yikes. Yikes.
It's after midnight. Plastic-free packaging. Here, let's see if I can get this in.
Your plastic pal who's fun to be with. Brogu from my old hometown.
Hey, Brogo, even though the figures are all made out of plastic, everything else. So
Have a great night, buddy.
take care. But of course, Hasbro has announced that they are no longer going to make plastic-free packaging because the collectors said, no, we don't want to buy, the figures. Like, this is actually a good idea for maybe kids' figures that no one's gonna, if you're buying it for a gift for a kid. But most of these action figures, it's all adult collectors like me that can't get want to relive their childhood, and you finally got D&D figures, which is cool. Hasbro owns D&D, but you want them in the bubble, in the blister pack, not like this. So Retro Blasting's a good video. So overall, I think he would give him like a B. But go watch Retro Blasting's video, and I just got all the figures now too collected, so I got to do my video on them too. But I'd give them I mean, they look good, but they're not. Posability, he said, was not good.
Is that a new video, or he's got an older one? Me.
I think it's probably like 6 months old, maybe.
Hmm.
I just happened to go back and look at it because I just was collecting his figures, so I wanted to see what he said about them before I bought them. But even if he said they sucked, I probably still would have bought them because I love the damn figure that shows so much. So
Yeah.
But no, he did a nice review of those. Yeah.
I remember seeing Dungeons and Dragons 40th anniversary video.
Yeah, so that was a Dungeons and Dragons animated series. Yep. You never watched that show, probably, then, right? Yeah.
No, he did a Dungeons and Dragons 40th anniversary figures from Hasbro. Is that right? I'm going to put a link to his video.
I'll link it. Yep.
For those who are Dungeons and Dragons figures fans, here is a link in your chat to the Retro Blasting video that my good buddy Michael French that Mark is referring to.
Yeah, and here here's some pictures of the figures because you can't see them because they're. Well, here's the show because you can't see them in the out of the box, but that's that classic show. It was really good. So finally, I have all the pictures. Yep. Figures.
Yeah.
Yeah. And except for I don't have Dungeon Master and V'ger because they're V'ger. What's his name? V'ger. They're $50. It was one of those Walmart exclusives or Target exclusives. So I got to find that on Fleabay, hopefully for a good, decent price. And
JT Kirk, take it easy, buddy.
Good night, JT.
Right behind you.
Yeah, we'll be out of here soon. Here's what the figures look like. So I don't. I'm missing the Dungeon Master and V'ger or V'ger. Heck was his name? I can't remember what this guy's name. Venger. God, come on, Mark. Venger.
Damn it, Mark.
It's been 40 years since I watched the show, even though I do own the DVDs. Thank you, Brian, for Venger. V'ger. Captain Kirk's gonna come in to fight V'ger. And that's Uni the Unicorn and Bobby. So I got that. And
barely related to comics, everybody, but we can get away with it because there have been Dungeons and Dragons comics, right?
Yeah, there have been.
We're covered.
And I was actually buying this. They were selling a D&D comic based on these, and series didn't last that long. I think it lasted like 4 or 5 issues. So I was showing some of those too. Yeah, I was showing those comics. Yeah, let me check what happened in that comic book. Dungeons and Dragons.
We'll find out. I mean checking now. Book. Oh my God! Really?
Yeah, you're
worse than Chewbacca.
Yeah. Well, it is Comic Book Monday, but
well, yeah, it's also get close to 3 hours.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry. I just pop in and extend the show for an hour. Yep.
That's okay. I could leave. I could let
Yeah.
you could go for another 5 hours. I'll come back.
Come
You know,
back.
a little bit later. Nobody really needs me here.
Yep.
You really.
So here's the
Saturday
comic
morning
book.
adventures. Yeah.
So I bought a bunch of these. I don't know how many issues it made it to. I made it like 4 issues.
You mean like that's older? Oh, it's IDW. Okay.
No, this year. No, I was showing them on your show not that long
You've been
ago.
buying those? Okay.
Yeah, but they stopped appearing, so I guess it only lasted, a few issues.
Nobody buys IDW comics anymore, I guess.
Yeah. How many issues? Let me see how many issues it left. Unless it was supposed to be maybe it was just a miniseries. But yeah, 2002, so it's gone already. But yeah. So yeah,
I hear you, dude.
that was that's the classic. If you're a D&D player, that was the red box, the first box, and they put these guys on the cover. That was a great issue. But yeah, I guess it didn't last that long. Yeah.
Where do you go? Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't rely on IDW.
No.
Keep any of these things going.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Let's see here. I want to first of all, before we do get moving, I want to thank everybody who gave super chats and gifted memberships. It's about time I rewarded you for those. I always just forget about that kind of stuff sometimes. Please forgive me, but I think we should give them a few things that they would like to see. What do you think?
For sure.
I'm a doctor, not a dragon slayer. I'm a doctor, not a battery.
What about you?
What about me?
Why don't you go?
You are expendable.
And you're not?
No, I'm not. I am not expendable. I'm not stupid, and I'm not going.
Inconceivable. 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 Inconceivable.
You keep using the word. I do not think it means what you think it means.
No bloody A, B, C, or D.
And they probably redesigned the whole sick bay, too. I know engineers, they love to change things.
Brain and brain, what is brain?
Cass, super Cass.
Crazy.
Draw that man in a chicken suit.
Get those nerds! Nerd!
Draw that man in a chicken suit.
It's the chicken man! Get those nerds! Nerd! Nerd! What?
Crazy.
You're a dumbass.
Well, a double dumbass on you!
Captain, I see no reason to stand here and be insulted.
Superman.
Groovy.
Good. Bad. I'm the guy with the gun.
Maybe that's what gets me in trouble. All those consecutive videos.
No, that shouldn't matter. No, it shouldn't matter. It should be good.
Oh, I think it was the music of Superman or something like that. I don't know, but anyway, should be okay from there.
Well, they tell you if it's the if it's a clip or the music. Yeah.
Oh, they did. Yeah, that was music.
They did,
Right.
yeah. Because I got knocked for playing the Flash Gordon one the other night on the Geek
shit.
Crew, so I got to take the music. Oh, it doesn't matter for me because I don't make advertising money. But Larry says Superman.
Superman.
Give me some sugar, baby.
Gordon's alive!
Would you like some toast?
Mm-mm.
Some nice hot crisp brown buttered toast.
The Flash
way,
Gordon
we
one that
like
had
to go.
music in it. That's what got me. Yep.
Okay. I got you.
The Queen music in the background. Yeah. So I got to pull the music.
Yeah. Oh, I got you.
Superman.
Good. Bad. I'm the guy with the gun.
Max Redstone was a man. He was a big man with an eye like an eagle and as tall as a mountain was he. What's up, dude? Hope you're doing all right.
Well, Max.
Yes. I can think of other Blake quotes, but they're surprises. They'd be spoilery.
Yep.
So, otherwise, things like this may happen. Hey, there's no sound on that one.
Oh, which one?
That's the last you'll ever see of it.
No, I'm coming back.
Blake is sitting up in a tree, Travis is sitting up in another tree. Unless they're planning to throw nuts at one another, I don't see much of a fight developing before it gets light. I have never understood why it should be necessary to become irrational in order to prove that you care. Or indeed, why it should be necessary to prove it at all.
I can't find that. I always can't find that one. Never mind. That's fine.
Which one? The intelligence one or the?
Yeah. Where'd you put that one?
Sometimes he shows distinct signs of intelligence.
No, that one. I do love this one.
You said persuasion wouldn't work, and it didn't. So now we use force.
Force? Yes, of course. Lawmakers, lawbreakers, let us fight them all. Why not?
What about amputation?
Yeah, where's that one?
I don't know.
What episode number is it? Because I have them by episode number.
It's from Shadow. It's number 13.
Season 2 or 1? Season 2, right? Yeah.
Season 2. Yeah.
Episode 2, right?
No, it's not from Shadow. It's from Redemption. Sorry. So that's 13. Yeah.
I'm sorry I missed that. It's the kind of natural stupidity no amount of training could ever hope to match.
That's Redemption.
That's Redemption.
Oh, I think it was from what was it from? It was 14. That's why.
I got this shocking pain right behind the eyes.
Have you considered amputation?
I love Phyllis' look there. Let me rename it so we can see the.
Thanks.
Color.
All right. Well, let's start moseying on out of here. It's almost 3 hours. Man, I want to thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. It's been a lot of fun. It's on Monday Night Mark C. Comics Talk, especially since I had no topic or anything. I'm just rolling. So I'll start making some show notes and shout outs. But first, what you got going on with Mark D? Tell us what he's up to.
Well, we got some watch parties coming up for the clubhouse, and I got to send you that Outer Limits episode if we're going to do that too.
Okay.
There's another favorite episode that I liked. A ton of Outer Limits that I really liked from that new series, but I want to say the other Outer Limits are. I think we might someday, hopefully, review all those in order on the clubhouse. Maybe up to you. Of course, you're the captain, but
what
new one? I don't think
all of it.
Well, it's only like 50 episodes, right? Of the old Outer Limits.
Of the old one, yeah. Oh yeah. I think some other stuff I wanted to wait first, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe in like 10 years or so.
The 1984 Twilight Zone was pretty good.
That was
a good
too.
show, Max. Can we please have an Avon solo team up? I'm for it. All for it. Yeah, 85. Sorry, it was 85. Anyway, so you're saying?
So we'll be doing some watch parties, and then of course we'll be back for Sunday Night Geekery and late night Fortnite, and late Thursday night too. I think the Fortnite's a new season, so we might be playing some Fortniter with Dadman before the season flips over. Trying to get up all my levels.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. Yep.
Coolness. Well,
thanks. Yeah, it was fun to hang out tonight. Thank you.
Thanks for being here as always. We appreciate it. Never the same without your duder. Let's see.
Thank you.
Let's see what's going on. Okay. Show noties and shout outies, folks. I'm going to first say thanks to the great J-Man for having me on earlier. J-Man and Sean hanging out. Had a great time with them as always, as we do on Monday nights, 3 times out of the year. And of the month, sorry. Reviewing Legion of Superheroes. Next week will be Earth B. What else is going on? Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'll have a members stream. All of my members, mean bars, can come on the stream and hang out with me, gang up with me, or
Awesome.
whatever. Just meet up for a little while, hour and a half, just gonna hang out with my dear friends and Nimbos. I'll put some word out there. Where we at? So bad. Tuesdays and Thursday nights can also be found on Midnight's Edge After Dark at 6 p.m. Standard Time, Central Standard Time, on the great Tom Connor's channel with that great group over there talking about pop culture. On Loki's channel, 7 p.m. on Wednesday nights. But as far as my channel here, of course, you've got some other shows. Wednesday night, I'll be back here doing Open Geek Talk. Anything goes. Wild Card Wednesday night, and then Thursday night, the Clubhouse is back in session. In session, we'll have a Blake 7 episode review, and maybe an Outer Limits episode review, all with our wonderful first officer number 1, Raquel Briggs, and the great Tomato D with the C, the chief ends on the R. And then Friday night, back on the great J-Man's channel with Sean and J-Man, and I will continue our review on Fearless Fridays. Fearless Fridays? Yes, they're fearless because it's the man without fear. Reviewing Frank Miller's seminal run on Daredevil from the early 1980s. We have a few more segments, not too many more to go, but a few more to go to reviewing that. And looking forward to we're having a great time. Now, after that, at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'll be over there with the 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser, my buddy on his channel, with the Friday Night Comic Shop boys, talking comics of some sort. And then Saturday night, Star Trek. 4 more scintillating episodes of Star Trek Voyager Season 5 with my wonderful first officer, Commander R.M. Briggs. Same Trek time, same Clobby channel. And, of course, as we did last night, we shall do again. End your week in the geek with on Sunday Night Geekery, 10 p.m. Eastern, on the great Mark D. with the C's channel, the Chief Engineer's channel. Put your link in there. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do. And where we at? Oh, go say. So there's that again. Announcement. After we get done on J-Man's channel on Friday nights, when we get done with Fearless Fridays, reviewing Miller's run, we're going to start Fantastic Fridays. That's right. We're going to review from the very beginnings, Fantastic Four, the Kirby run, number 1 through 102, and all 6 of the annuals that are pertinent to that. That's right. Reviewing Fantastic Four, Kirby's Fantastic Four, all of it. Sean and J-Man and myself. And I am looking forward to that. And then, of course, and
it's going to be fantastic.
Going to be fantastically fanned. And, of course, shout out to our great wrenches, Eric K., the Bronze Wrencher, Chris Persia, Vindicator Wrencher, the great Mike North, the great Wrench of Iron, D. Bud Martin, Lord Thoth, J-Man, Maddie's Daddy, Kal-El, Phantom Outsider, Max Redstone, and Larry. And let's see, all of my friends that were here with me tonight in the chat. The great Larry, again, thank you, buddy. Let's see. RRTNZ, thank you so much for being here tonight. Decepticon, buddy, thank you, bud, for being here with us. Go Away, aka the Captain of Time and Space. Thank you for being there, brother. I hope you're doing well tonight or today, or maybe daytime for where you are, I believe. But thanks for popping in here and hanging out, buddy. Appreciate you. And then it was enjoyed hanging out with you the other night, man. It was fun. Joe Dog. Take it easy, Joe Dog. Be good, buddy. Brian Hepburn. Let's see. Thank you, Nathan Robinson, for being here. Matthew Pounder, my friend. All right, good to see you. I'm JT Kirk, Brogu from my old hometown. Thank you. Let's see. The Woke Breaker. I know there's more to come. Got to get to them all. Got to scroll to them. Scrolling. Cinema Gold, thank you for the super chats and your kind words and hanging out with us. Really appreciate it. Let's see. JD Lewis, old chum. Scotty R37. All right, thank you. Janet from another planet. Damn it, Janet, I love you. Let's see. Ravenscroft. I think I already mentioned the great RRTNZ, but just in case, thank you so much for all you've done. Appreciate you. Let's see. Well, I still have a few more to go. Do I have them all?
Can you get there?
That's the question. Do I? I don't know. Wagner was here. Yeah, good H. Wagner. Penny was here. Penny. Obviously, a lot of them had to leave, but we still get them shouted out no matter what. Just how we roll up in you. Jeremiah Hembry. I know Putin's dog was here earlier. Putin's cat. Just kidding, buddy. You're a card, you got. You're a rascal, but that's okay. Keely Chow. The Ironhide 84. It's been a dog's age, my friend. Glad you popped in. Darth was here. Howdy, Darth. Let's see. The time scales. Hail time scales. Wes Cagle, my friend. Good to see you. The great 1701 Tex, buddy. Thanks for being here, bro. Really appreciate you. Dave Rayborn, the Cuz. All right, Cuz. Congo Kids Club. Thank you for being here. Now, can there possibly be anyone I missed other than, of course, the great Bruce Lombardo of Duke's Division? Other than, obviously, that's on. It goes without saying there. He was, but other than him, Alaric Harrison, thank you so much. Other than Alaric Harrison, I'm saying. Good. And thank you, Alaric, for being here. It's always good to see you, my friend. All right. Look. You want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? Hey, no, I'm just kidding. Hey, Adrian James.
Raquel's not here.
That's true. We'll save it for her. Oh God. Dave C. Jack's mama. My dear. Good to see him. Now I think pretty much got it. I know FKH was here. Tim. But other than that, I'm willing to bet everybody, except of course for the great Doc Fortune. Damn, Doc. But other than Doc Fortune, I know that, and Claude Selling, of course, I know for a fact, because I already got Tim there, that I got them all except for Legion of Comics. Hey, Legion of Comics, thanks for popping in, friend of J-Man's. So got them all, partner. Anybody sneaks in here, but well, after I play the credits, it's your fault. But I still love you. Okie dokie. Thank you all. Thanks to the great Mark D with us. See everyone and all of you. I will see you hopefully the member stream tomorrow night and then on the streams out there in Streamland. Good night, everybody, and have a pleasant tomorrow and a great week. Good point, Larry. I forgot. Lurkers, thank you so much for being here tonight. I appreciate you so much. Sorry, I always forget about that. And everyone watching on a download or a rewatch, thank you. Larry, thanks for reminding me. You know MC now.
Clobberin time! Clobberonimo!
Good. Bad. I'm the guy with the gun.
I just love clobbering time.